to Banner Badgers, a Deadly Quest, and our latest episode recording this time not live due to scheduling, which is obviously always an issue. But say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Pan is here. He will be sat down shortly. There he is. Yeah, there we go.
Hello. Am I
He's getting a
live?
bit
Yeah,
more
great.
uppity.
Shit, we're live? Oh, God.
We're recording this, fine. But cool. We will get into it relatively quickly tonight. But has anyone got anything they want to share or plug for when people do watch this?
Sure. I'll go first. Hi, I'm Pan. You can find me online at Stellar Encore, STELLARENCORE. That's on like Tumblr and Twitter and Blue Sky and all the other places. I would like to plug actually a new show I'm going to be taking part in later on called Tumble Through. Keep an eye on my Twitter and all that stuff, and it'll all be up on there. But I'm looking pretty forward to it. I am playing a kobold, which is not going to surprise anyone that knows me.
I do like kobolds. They're very cool little creatures, aren't they? Yeah. Anyone else got anything they want to plug?
Not me.
Drop your socials at least, guys.
I don't
You
have
can
any.
find me at my social
right.
here.
Yeah, there you go.
Right there. And obviously Banner Badgers has a shop and does merch. So
yeah, there you go.
You can buy some stuff. You get a nice hat,
We do.
t-shirt, mugs, all that sort of
Get
stuff.
Get a hat, guys.
But cool, if we're all ready then, let's go. Let's play the intro video and then we shall begin.
Let's do it.
Let's roll VT.
Still love it. Cool. Recap then from last time. Not much happened last time. There's like a little tournament that you did.
Oh yeah, small potato.
It's just a small thing.
We were wicked. We did awesome. You can't say it's this little thing. We kicked ass, seriously.
Some of you did very, very well.
I have a big rose for Kingsman just walking through the This is a massive obstacle course. Cool, I'm 8'9", I'm jacked. I just walk through the whole thing.
Everyone else 4 feet or under.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. But you participated in the tournament, most of you. Some of you fared better than others. But you all came very close at least. Ch03 and Far, unfortunately losing come down to the final two for their events. But Neshka and Kingsman won, so good for them. And Ch03, you got a medal anyway from the very kind Umog the Unmovable. And Far, you have a fake invitation from Mrs. Bimblebobble, obviously.
I do have a fake invitation from Miss Bimble, so that works out nicely. Our resident rogue is roguing it nicely.
Yeah,
Roguey.
Yeah.
On
the plus side though, off cam, Far made a buddy, so that's good.
Yeah. So from the last session where you had the tournament, you then went to the High King's Lounge, you met Lolo, and they were not against your idea of killing the king and seemed to be somewhat supportive, potentially. And we're going to offer you an escape route once you get out of the castle, once the deed is done. And then you went back to the Old Man and the Cat Inn. You've had a night's sleep. You've had the morning to go around shopping. Some of you have bought some stuff. Some of you have made friends far. And then now we're approaching the time where it is about 1 PM. The feast is going to start, or the doors are going to open in about half an hour. Are you all getting ready and heading off to the castle of Obadiah?
Think so.
Yeah. Reckon so.
Cool. So if you head out, you can head down the Old Man and the Cat Inn. Biggledick is there, as is Lappy, the cat. And then you can head out onto the very, very busy streets of Narkel in Spuia. And there's a different vibe now outside. Like there's been a bit of a festival atmosphere. There are tables, like long tables out in the street from people's homes. There are lots of different types of food on there. This is clearly a harvest feast, and not just for the king and people going to the castle. There are still fire eaters, sword swallowers, jugglers, some events going on outside. But for the most part, it is people sorting out food now and getting ready to celebrate what's been a good harvest year.
Nice.
You can wander through the streets. Does anyone do anything on the way to the castle, or look for anything, or anyone on the way to the castle?
I think, did we mention that we'd done a little shopping prior? So Paul's going to pick up. He bought a nice his cravat for himself. He's actually made some time to go and get a new outfit because his buddy was happy to put him up for it. So he looks a lot less beaten to shit. He's had a bath. He looks good. His clothes are fresh. He's in a good mood.
Look like you've even steamed your shirt.
What's that?
So you look like you've even steamed your shirt.
This is a new shirt, pre-steamed.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You're looking smart. You can head to the city. No one gets in your way. You have to sort of push through a few people as they don't pay attention to you. And there are lots of noble people walking around dressed quite smartly like you are. But you can get through. You can pass through the city. You get past the guild hall, which is closed. And you see the circles of justice aren't as busy now. But you think that's probably because everywhere you look, there's a guard. You literally cannot turn your head without seeing a guard somewhere in the city right now. You go past the guard hall.
Oh, sorry. I was going to ask real quick. Did Laura mention that Sleepy Elf was actually on side? I think I remember that from last time.
I don't know if she confirmed that he was on side. It was implied. But she said that he'd be working at the weapons collection desk or something, and we may be able to convince him to let us in with arms.
Sweet. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Good memory. But you can pass through, and eventually you will join a queue as you get towards this large, about 60-foot high castle that has this stone, very grey stone, and is nothing like the rest of the buildings here. Everything else is white, green, gold, very pristine. This is a really old-looking castle that looks relatively uncared for, but is just kept standing up pretty much. Everyone roll a perception check as you approach the castle and while you're queuing up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's a 22 for far.
A filthy, dirty little 20 for Mrs. B.
Oh,
Cool. What was that, Kingsman?
13 for me.
13? Okay, yeah, that's all right.
I rolled with advantage.
14 for me.
All I got was 8.
Cool. Shake, there's lots of people around. You don't notice what's going on.
Well, I mean, I'm sort of more intent on loosening my shirt so people can deposit money as I walk past.
No one does.
just really low cut.
It would be low cut, but unfortunately I've got a breastplate and some armour underneath, so that has to be quite tight around the collar.
Really hard to get money in there.
I was loosening off the belly buttons just a touch.
You're doing the dad unbuckle as you're going along.
Just as
I
I'm
haven't eaten yet.
stretchy pants on.
Cool. And Chef, you're a bit distracted by all that going on and trying to work out the mechanics of how you can open up your shirt whilst also having armor underneath. The rest of you all notice, because it wasn't a high DC, that there's two things you all notice. One is that as people are going into these doorways, there's some steps up, and then to the right of the castle, there are these large double doors that are open with people checking tickets, guards just having a look at tickets as people go in. And the second thing that you will notice is along the edge, about halfway up along the edge of the castle, periodically, are these large, probably 3-4 feet high, and the same width of gemstones that aren't illuminated, but there are gemstones that you can see around the edge of the castle. And the queue keeps moving, and you're going to get close to the front. Does anyone want to do anything while you're in the queue?
Can I have a little check around to see if I can spot my child thieves where I've instructed them to be?
Are you using one of your 4?
I think yes at this point, just to kind of make sure that they are ready.
Cool. So roll a d20, and I've worked out the stats of these kids because they are kids. We'll say this is intelligence, so you can add 1 to whatever this roll is.
Okay, cool. So that would be a 17.
Yeah. Where did you want your kids to be? Where did you tell them to be?
I think I wanted some just sort of like just on the outskirts of the kind of the entry, so they're sort of milling around so that they are in sight of the guards that are on the front thing, ready to kind of like be within ruckus range without being too easily snatched.
Yep. And no one else seems to notice them. But you are looking out for them, and you do spot like 3 or 4 little heads, like just every now and then coming into sight for you, behind trees and almost hiding in the crowd as well, some of them. But they're pretty safe from where they are if they were to cause a ruckus.
Can I ask the group before, like, we get into like a large car or anything, like, so guys, do we have a plan for this? Like, I kind of feel like we skipped over the whole, like, how to do the whole thing.
Well, we've got an out. We haven't really just.
No, I love that part. Love it. Love being able to escape and stuff. Good times. But we kind of didn't really discuss the actual act. That said, like, I look to Neshka and Mr. Bimble, like, is anyone good with poisons?
Mrs. B is just gonna. Something is in motion there. Don't worry about it.
I kind of feel like it's a big deal to worry about, Mrs. B.
It is, but listen, dear. Deniability and being able to plead ignorance will get you a long way if it goes south.
Paul takes a moment to think about deniability comparatively with regicide and realizes it's probably not. Okay, look, can you just? I know you got your, sneaky shit going on, but like, just like if the plan is poisoning the king, do like a head nod or a bob or something, or are we just like? And I look at Shafe, stabbing everybody and kind of making a run for it.
Who says we're stabbing and making a run for it?
Okay. Do you plan on stabbing?
Yes, and then standing over him so the last thing he sees is my face as he dies.
Okay, so I point at Shafe, stabbing everybody. I point at myself, making a run for it. What's the plan moving forward, guys?
I mean, don't rule out the possibility of other... What do you call them? Like what we've been doing so far, where I tell somebody what we're going to do and they agree with us. What would you call those people? Allies.
Right.
So there may be allies in there, if we were to reveal our plan, for example.
And
yeah, so hands on the table. Go on.
Far, don't forget that we have Sheath would make an excellent frontal assault, and there are those of us who could maybe come from the rear to get your mind out of the gutter, young man.
What? I didn't say anything, God.
No, you didn't need to say anything. Honestly.
I coughed.
You are nearing the front of the queue.
I think until we can get a good look at our surroundings, where we're actually going to be in there, who's going to be around, I don't know how much of a point there is in making a plan.
Oh, wow.
This may surprise you, but I did have the beginnings of the plan.
Okay, great. Let's hear it.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Is it stab the king and then nothing?
No. So,
okay,
as Mrs. Bumble said, distraction is a tool that we use on the battlefield. we would often have a vanguard attack the main body of the army, whilst a smaller force, as a smaller force, while the main force worked round to flank the enemy. We could split that way. Kingsman and I could make such a ruckus that all the guards and any guards in the vicinity would rush to us, allowing Mrs. Bumble, yourself, and Neshka to make a more stealthy attack.
Kingsman, while they're saying this, you notice that some of the people around you in the queue, as you're about to get to the front, have heard what's being discussed. The very end bit about like the guards being distracted, and some nobles are just like,
okay, all right. Look, we can't talk here, guys. I'm gonna. Does anyone here speak Elvish? Oh, are there any elves around us? Actually, I'm thinking, what are the nobles like?
whatever you can think of is around you. Like there are, you're in a queue of about 100 people, and you like it's got smaller, so there's probably like 60 or 70 people left behind you.
Right.
But yeah, like every species you can think of is here. Obviously, you can see some giants that do obscure you a little bit further back, but yeah.
Okay.
You're also now stood next to two elvish guards who have got their hands out. One hand's holding a spear, and the other hand has their hand out for invitation.
I'm going to write a real quick note, flash to the others, and say, oh, I'm so sorry, Ross. What was the prince's name again?
The Drow Prince.
No,
or the dwarf.
Yeah.
Domori.
I'm going to real quick note saying, possible backup from Domori. Flash it to the others, and like, bump it up and eat it.
Oh, was that not the ticket? Have you eaten the ticket, sir? You shouldn't eat the ticket. The ticket is
no, I'm on a high fiber diet. That was a snack. My patron has my ticket. I just look at his speed.
Yes, this you'll have to excuse my ward. He's from the country. We're trying our best. This is an Eliza Doolittle situation, if you will. And I'll hand over.
Understand who
that means. Does anyone know what that means?
You need to. Oh, wonderful play, Pygmalion. It's a hoot.
Cool. So he takes both of the invitations, and he's holding his spear in one hand. So he hands his spear to you, Far, just while he checks both invitations. I've just heard that from you, sir.
Oh, sure.
And he's going to look over them and just very quickly examine them. Yeah, fine. And hands them back to you. Mrs. B, you get them back, and then holds his hand up for his spear.
Yeah, no, wow, these guys aren't really such a problem after all. I give him a spear back, go, hey, nice spear, buddy. I got my own one. Check it out. I show him my spear, which is, was fancy once, isn't fancy anymore.
Is that because of use, or?
Yeah, no, of course. What do you? No, what? No, I take everything all the time. It's like heavy use. It was passed down. It's important.
Looks at his spear, which you can see is like quite a basic spear, like perfectly clean, clearly never like used for anything other than standing here. It's got like a slightly worn bottom at the very base of the spear. Where it's been
this guy's a spear tourist.
She's the guard. His job is the guard.
Yeah. Your spear's okay too, bud. Don't worry, you'll get there.
Thank you. You're holding the queue up. Please go. And
please go.
See, that is the best. There's a little bit be too annoying to be kept, so they're like, "Yeah, just go inside, leave us alone." Like, great, cool. Fine. The ticket's totally legit. Bye.
The same guard will then look at Neshka, Kingsman, and Shaith. Are you wearing your medals?
Yes, I am.
Yes.
It's totally on the outside of everything else I'm wearing. Just basically walk up to him and go.
Yes, champions head inside. Please, everyone, report to reception, so we can log weapons and stuff like that. Oh, it's going to be a busy night. But you can all head into the castle of Obadiah, into the entrance hallway. Dave, if we can show the map.
I shall bring up the map.
That'd be great.
Oh, smashing.
And what you see is this grand entrance, and these floors. This floor is like 30 feet high. clearly designed to cater for all sizes.
Oh, damn. Okay.
The floor is this very intricate carved wooden floor. The walls, most of them are stone until you move further in, and they're wooden with this real gold trim on them to look like leaves and branches. You can also see on the walls to your right, there are these massive paintings, one of which is a vanity piece of the king. The first one, as you get inside, is this quite big vanity piece. And the next one is a painting of the king with his daughter and what would have been his wife, who is no longer alive. But you see to the left, you can see a guard there next to a wooden door who looks quite alert, like they're paying quite a lot of attention. But most guests are walking up and carrying on up to this area here, next to this large statue.
Man, this place is fancy.
Oh, the inside does not match the outside. Like, it is clearly well cared for inside.
Yeah.
I'm going to carry up onto the statue area.
Okay, so look, now that we're inside. Yeah, it's are we? Where are we? Oh, there I am. This is such
It does bottom, I think.
It's a massive map.
It is a massive map.
Did you make this?
Yeah, I did, yeah. All made in Incarnate.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a bit. There's quite bright lights. I need to turn the brightness down. But so you can all walk in. There are people around you, by the way, but I just haven't put every token in.
Okay.
This castle is going to be busy. You are never more than 10 feet away from another person that isn't a party member. So just bear that in mind for whatever you do or say. And as you wander in, you will see there is this L-shaped counter, and behind it is a very exhausted, familiar face for you, with his hair even more disheveled, the bags darker and deeper.
It has not flipped since the last time I was there.
Oh dear boy, they're really putting you through it, aren't they?
Yes. Weapons, please.
Oh, did anyone bring anything, or are we empty-handed?
I've just got my walking stick.
I don't know how I'm going to hide a spear, but I guess I'm.
You're literally carrying a spear that you.
It's on my back. Yeah.
As well.
Is it all right if my ward keeps his cultural heritage artifact with him? You know, it's a very important thing for his people to have the it's blunted.
He's blunted. He's gonna know
it's blunted. Far, it's blunted.
It is blunted. That is true.
Cool. Shape and Kingsman, are you set? Kingsman, you have no weapons, so you don't.
I have no weapons. I'll stand there and I'll do a little twirl. I say I left all my weapons at home.
Cool. Yeah, he looks you up and down and is satisfied that you don't have anything on you. Although he does roll disadvantage. Yep, he's still happy. Cool. Shape, do you say anything about your weapons? I'm assuming shield on the back, double-bladed sword.
Yeah.
Do you say anything about it?
Not unless I'm asked.
Okay, cool. So we'll start then. Mrs. B and Neshka, can you both make deception checks, please?
You should, Shafe, you should see if you can stash it in a statue or something.
Ooh, nice.
I should have thought that before we got to the count.
Did you say perception?
Deception.
Deception.
Because you are fibbing
10.
about your walking stick.
26.
Cool, that'll cover you for both lies as well. He's exhausted, and with disadvantage on 2 5s. So for a 6 in total. Okay. And then we'll pull out from underneath tags, these red tags, and hand them to Far, Neshka, and Mrs. B. Just so we know, and no one asks you about it.
Thank you. I'll tie it around my cane. I don't know why I need it for my cane, but that's fine. And I'll give him a Werther's original.
He will take it. He won't eat it this time, though. He will just hold on to it. And you hear it crack a little bit as he grips it too tightly, as clearly he's not eating much.
Really?
And we'll point a U-shape at the last person. Is that the big sword?
Yes, it is a big sword.
Can you please hand it to me?
No, it's not for you. See, I was I am a veteran of the High King's Army, the non-elf volunteer services. I took this sword and this shield in combat against a far greater superior foe, and having won my championship yesterday at the fair, I intend to present these arms and this shield to the High Emperor himself to show my fealty to him.
He just holds a red tag out. about sent it in, he was just like, just take a red tag.
Do I need two?
No, just one's fine.
Thank you.
Please leave. He got a nat 1 in his his insight check of whether or not he was even going to believe you before you even rolled any persuasion.
I'd like to roll deception just to see what I would have got. I got a dirty 20.
Yay!
He got a nat 1. He
God.
absolutely had no ideas, and that was it. Got a 2 in total. Yeah, he like halfway through you talking about not even that, he was handing this red tag out. Cool. So you, 4 of you have red tags, which you need to display visibly. But as he said, it means you probably won't get bothered if you're carrying weapons around because you've been through him. And you see other people like behind you are handing over weapons. You see these nobles pulling out like these swords from their robes and stuff, and they're handing over wizard staffs and wands, and he's just piling them all up. And then he goes to this wardrobe behind him. He opens it up, and inside you can see there's like a pocket dimension where he goes and he puts things up on different levels and then hands tags out for people who have handed over their weapons.
Are we seeing anything a look on that door to that pocket dimension? Or is it just like open the door, walk in there, put stuff up?
Make me an Arcana check.
All right. I don't like the sound of that, but 13.
Cool. Yeah, you're not sure. You're all aware of pocket dimensions being used quite heavily in Snillmerg for like bathrooms and stuff like that to keep things hidden and out of the way.
Right.
You're not sure how it would work and whether or not you could just go and open it and it would always be a pocket dimension, or if you have to do something in order to do that.
Cool. Okay. Can I watch him for a little bit, see if he does anything, rather than trying to figure out the dimension itself? Just what's he doing? Does he make a hand wave? Does he say some words I can't hear? Whatever.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, like I said, you can give it like another 30, 40 seconds before he's doing it again. And if you watch carefully, you see that he holds onto the handle. You can hear him muttering something, and then he turns it right, turns it left, turns it right, turns it left, and then opens the door. And the pocket dimension is there.
Cool.
But he does it quickly and effortlessly because he's basically on autopilot.
Makes sense. Yeah.
He's one level of exhaustion away from dying.
I do retail. I totally understand.
I've also done retail, and this is like just lived experience.
Yep.
It's very real.
Yeah. But cool. You are red tagged. Those of you that need to be. You can head further into the castle if you would like. He does sort of wave you round to the left, and if you go in that way, you can get to the hall.
Thank you, dear.
And he puts the crushed weapons originally in his mouth, but it's like in bits where he's crushed it accidentally. Cool. Are you heading around the corner, or are you going a different way?
I think we should probably. Okay, I'll just say, guys, I think we should maybe do a little wander around, get a little lay of the land, see what's where the exits are. If anyone wants to have a smoke, for example.
If we go inside the main area itself, get an eyeball of the situation, and then if myself and Shafe have to make some noise, we'll find a convenient spot and time to do it.
Okay, yeah, let's look around this place, see what
we're
dealing with.
Let's have a wander.
Cool. And as you do wander around that way, you see to the right those green bits of stairs that go up and back round. There's a guard at the bottom of them who won't pay you any attention unless you try and go up the stairs. And there's also a door on the right on the wooden wall. There is a door just in the middle of it. It's not guarded, but it's clearly it's this door up here. That is a door.
Cool.
That isn't. It can be seen, but isn't being directly guarded. And the room follows round to the left, and there are 2 double doors open with guards either side. A green carpet that runs through it into what is clearly a bigger room where the floor changes. If you would like to head around there and see what is going on.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
I'll go and stand next to Farah as we're walking off, and I'll put. I'm going to sneeze.
What, on far? Please don't.
Yeah. Shape sneezes on far. That's canon.
Hey,
Cool.
far. Yeah.
Right, sorry. And I'll put my arm around him and sort of lean down to his height, and I'll whisper as quietly as I'm able. If you want to take a bit more of a quieter look around without the notice of the guards and the other guests, we could attempt the old dice gambling routine again.
Oh, that's nice. But wait, we better keep an eye out. They might have some guard mages, but I like that idea. That said, maybe Mrs. B she's wiser than me, I think. Maybe she'd be a better candidate.
Well, yeah, we could do it with Mrs. B.
Yeah,
my issue
smart
is
thinking.
she's quite a big. She's a small person, but she's a big charisma. She's got a lot of aura,
Wow, thanks.
and I'm worried that somebody might notice her sudden disappearance.
You know what? That's fair. She has a way about her that I think might work out. So sure, let's keep an eye for some guard mages first, and we might notice magical stuff going on. And yeah, that sounds good. I can get a good lay of the land. If I'm invisible, I can get a good run around before anybody even notices me. Sure thing.
Cool. And as you wander through, you can do that whenever. Just let me know when you want to do that. As you go through Kingsman, you come across this Aarakocra that you saw at the Harvest Tournament with the white feathers and like the yellow trim and the black beak, wearing the plate armor. Would you like to be announced, sir, or are you just going to wander in?
No, you may, and I'll look back to everyone, and I'll look back to the Okra and say, you may announce me. I am the Harvest Festival Tournament champion, after all.
And your name?
My name is Kingsman.
Don't give me that. Fuck no!
And as he does this, he spreads his wings and belts out like really loudly, announcing Kingsman. He does not say anything else about being a champion of the tournament. He just says your name.
I will stride boldly into the room.
Cool. And I'll describe what you see in a minute. He will ask everyone as you walk past if you wish to be announced or if you just wish to be allowed into the room.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely will be announced. My name is Mrs. Isola Bemblebomble, and I'll kind of take far. And this is my
I'm trying to run away.
I'm just going to slip by behind them.
Yeah, no,
No,
don't leave me.
This is my ward, Chad Chadderson.
Sorry, say that again. Chadderson.
Chad Chadderson.
Chadderson.
That's
He has
me.
to practice it a couple of times.
Chadderson.
Make a deception check.
Can I aid? I'm going to agree to this.
You probably
22.
don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to. It's fine. All right. And he does the same thing again, and will announce you into the room as Mrs. Isola Bemblebomble, that's your full name that you gave, and Chad Chadderson.
God, Chadderson?
I've never been very creative.
No, yeah, I could tell. Is that your real name, Isolde?
Yeah, this it is.
Oh shit, you got a first name? That's weird.
Yeah, but strangely far, I've not always been Mrs. Bimblebomble.
Didn't know I'm giving you a first name because at some point you're your grandmother, so who needs it?
Might as well just be Mrs. right off the bat.
So as
Keeping
you
in
all
mind
go
that Far comes from a place where your names are just parts of stories. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
as you go into this room, Chaddison and the rest
God.
of you. You might want to make a note of that Far, because obviously if you use a different name, he notices.
No problem.
I'm just going to give you that helpful thing now.
Thank you. Let me just.
As you go round into this room, like it stretches out and it opens up. And whilst there are pillars, there are 2 pillars in this room. Other than that, it is pretty open. And in the middle, there are lots of people dancing. You can see a frost giant and a stone giant dancing together. There are lots of other people as well, but people that would stand out to you are like Biggledzit. You can see Vaughn, Sabre, and Balalia dancing. Balalia and Sabre dancing together. And you can also see Lolo with their wings quite like high and spread. All having a merry time. And there is also a grung there that people appear to be ignoring. So, like, if you find out why, you will understand.
I mean, I know what a grung is, and I'm like, yeah, I get it.
What you will also see is to the right, there are like 2 tables with food on that are either side of some double doors and some single doors. And then there are other tables with people sat at them, drinking, being merry, and quite happy. And then there's an archway down here at the bottom that you can't see where that goes to. But everywhere around you, you see these members of staff with food trays, with drinks, what appear to be empty glasses that they're handing to people. And they are all Genasi, all the different 4 types of Genasi, wearing like a white shirt with this green waistcoat and these dark brown trousers and these very nice shoes. But they're all wandering around. You see a couple of wood elves in the same uniform every now and then, but it's mainly Genasi that are wandering around. If you want to grab a drink or anything to eat.
Do these columns look structural bearing?
Yeah. Yeah, they 100% are. I always didn't put them in. I was like, no, I do need to hold up the ceiling somehow.
Yeah. I'm gonna join Kingsman at the food and drink table.
Yeah, so Kingsman, as you walked through, you did notice here, because you walked past him, I saw you walk past him, a tabaxi, sat in a wheelchair, with a sea elf behind him, and this tabaxi has this like orangey yellow fur that is greying, and he's wearing very simple clothes, but this quite nice fancy green waistcoat. You recognise that as Clank, your former boss.
Oh.
Does he instantly recognise me?
No, you get him. He looks much older than when you last saw him, like older than he should look, so he's aged quite a bit. He doesn't seem to be paying much attention to the world around him.
I will try to ignore him. So I don't want him to recognise me, but I will just aim for the food, and I'll keep my back to him as well.
Yep, no, actually, he doesn't notice you. Cool. What would the rest of you like to do? As there are people dancing all around you, there's quite nice music, so it's quite a slow dance. But people are being quite merry, and there is drink flowing and lots of nice food.
I heard drink and food, so far it's going to make their way to this Lockstone here.
Yeah.
Is it the head from the shop?
No, it's not.
Okay, cool.
Sorry,
being racist. Okay.
Yeah, but that's fine. You would all recognise this Loxodon, who has got this darker grey skin, this blonde hair that is tied up in plaits down her back, and is wearing like this orange-yellow clothing, but like almost like a boob tube on top, and is playing a lute whilst also having a flute in her trunk. And you would all recognise Nevi Styx, who is the most famous bard in all of Snowmug.
Holy crap! So I go by. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just wanted to. Holy crap! Are you Nevi Styx?
Nods at you as she is busy like playing a lute, and also
so sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt. I love your work. I'm just gonna reach past and like get the wine.
Yeah, she'll let you do that, and you'll recognize the song as "The Metal Rope," which is her biggest hit.
Very nice.
Cool. And if you pick up a glass, Far, you will see like it is a goblet, but it is empty. What drink are you trying to get?
What's that fancy ass wine that everyone's talking about?
Oh, the Kylond wine.
Is there Kylond wine around?
Yeah. So as you think of it, your glass fills up from the bottom. Like, it
just
fills
up. Which is what Far says. Oh, God to be damned. Sweet.
But then he also wants it as well. But
I think he gets one goblet, 2 bottles. Says a small prayer to something, and takes the big swig. Because he's definitely not meant to be drinking, but he doesn't care.
I also just noticed your name. I only just noticed that. I was like, why does it say not far? Amazing.
I don't think you should be drinking wine either. I mean, Chad Chatterson surely only.
That's fine.
It's Chad Chatterson.
Chad Chatterson does not drink wine.
Oh shit, you're right. I gotta keep the character. Chad Chatterson would never drink wine.
Solely keg stands.
Yeah. Oh my god. Chad Chatterson only does keg stands, only chugs.
Does he ask for a barrel of beer?
Yeah. I come back and I'm like half chugging a bottle and go, well, Chad Chatterson only does the hardest and try to down the whole thing.
Now you're getting it.
Cool. Make me a Constitution saving throw as you down this bottle of wine.
Sweet as.
We're gonna kill a king today.
I was so good at that game. We haven't got a plan as well. I was like, oh, that's really good. You're thinking about a plan. It's like, I get
yeah. Oh.
Double fisting.
Cool. This is very strong wine. You are drunk.
Great.
So
I stagger back over to the bar and go, "Hey, I'm so sorry, but can I get like an autograph when you're done? Like, I'm a big fan. My name's Chad. I'm definitely Chad. Can I get an autograph when you're done, please?"
Cool. Yep. So she will look at you, stop playing the flute, but still plays the lute, and it's like, "I'm not got down. Like, just move, okay? Like, I'm playing here. Like, leave me alone."
All right. Well, your second album was not good anyway.
You are not Chad.
Like that would slightly someone be like, what? Can run back to his beat.
Oh, don't worry, dear.
I don't think the Chad thing's really working for me. I don't know.
Maybe you should get some water and then you'll feel more Chad.
Right, yeah. Feel more Chad. Gotcha. But I don't feel like Chad, like, now I'm getting to the character. I feel like Chad's not a water guy, you know? Like, I feel like Chad's like a real, like a badass, cool guy that does got keg stands and stuff.
Probably, but also, do you know what? Chad? I feel that Chad is the ward of Mrs. Bumble right now, and that if Chad doesn't go and get some water and sober up, Mrs. Bumble might stab him.
Okay, Chad doesn't like getting stabbed, and he wants to find some water.
Didn't think he would.
You get a look from one of the guards, Mrs. B, as they hear you say you're going to stab Chad, but they do go.
I mean, stab emotionally and verbally, of course.
Yep. And they just try and look the other way.
That's still abuse.
It's not any better than I've seen before. Cool. Is anyone else doing anything whilst you mingle around?
I was going to enact part 2 of my grand plan.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let me serve Rob first. Then.
You're going to have to. So I was going to grab Neshka and drag her onto the dance floor. Compliant or not.
I can't dance. What are you doing?
No, we'll just move in time with everyone else. It was a slow song, right?
Yeah, it's just like it is slow. And other than like the two giants who are clearly together, and Bilali and Sabra who are also together, like everyone else is just dancing in a group, very slowly to the music.
But as a slow song, there is an opportunity to get closer than I normally would, and it won't look odd.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll uncomfortably get Neshka into an embrace.
Neshka, do you allow this to happen?
Yeah, I see what the plan is, and I'm very uncomfortable, but I will allow it. And I'll start dancing, but for Neshka, dancing is just sort of like shifting uncomfortably from foot to foot.
Cool.
Oh,
I need a performance check from each of you.
Oh no! Come on, guys, smash it. Prove us all wrong.
Oh, 5.
Cool.
22.
How? Wow.
19 on a dice.
Amazing.
Who realised he was in the presence of John?
So together, as you start to do this slow dance, Shaith, you pick it up because it is quite slow and it's almost like movements in combat and just planning it. Neshka, you do not pick that vibe up as much as you are around a lot of people, and people aren't really your thing, and this is like inside. But Shaith is able to kind of mask your lack of dancing ability as he starts to like move your hands and covers and moves around. So people are looking at him as this hulking warrior is perfectly moving to the beat, better than some of the others. Not all of them. Lolo's pretty good, but yeah, pretty good for Shaith.
So I'll get in close enough where we can have a whispered conversation, hopefully without being eavesdropped on.
Okay, so you have gone onto the busy dance floor. There are lots of people moving around to have a private conversation. Okay, that's fine.
And I'll just say to Neshka, when I nod my head significantly, what I'd like you to do is seek out one of the Genasi waiters and bump into them clumsily so they drop everything on the floor and create a bit of a distraction.
Okay. Okay.
And then we'll continue dancing until the music finishes, and then okay.
Okay, cool. And you can carry on dancing. I can't wait to see what a significant nod is.
Head banging.
Such a brilliant script. Whilst this is going, Kingsman, where you are, make me a perception check. Just see if you notice something.
19.
You absolutely do. So the two double doors that are behind you, to your side, depending on which way you're facing, you can just hear gentle sobbing coming from the other side of them.
Oh.
I will. I'm watching what my team are doing, where their companions are, and I will investigate further where this crying is coming from.
Oh, it's definitely coming from the other side of those doors.
Yeah. So I will kind of like backwards slightly. So on purpose, I'm going to step backwards, put my hand on the door, and then kind of step through, and boom. So I'm in.
Yeah. And so you moonwalk backwards, do you, or do you just walk?
Yep. I just walk backwards. No one can see what I'm doing. No one knows what I'm doing, and I'm going to go in here completely invisible.
Yep. Except obviously the princess that's out there that immediately sees this rather large man come through the doors into what is a perfectly quiet garden area.
That's fine, and I'll be nice and awkward about it, and just go without. Although I've noticed her, because I was trying to investigate, it's almost as if like, sort of put one hand up on the wall, kind of, and just kind of shake it off, as if I'm really nervous and awkward around people.
Cool. Yeah, you see her collect herself, like dry her eyes, as there's clearly been some tears. Sounds like, oh, are you all right?
Yes, it's as a champion, you see, there's been a lot of eyes and ears on me today, and I'm not quite used to having this amount of attention on me. I'm trying to get a moment to myself. I'm sorry for disturbing you.
It's perfectly fine. I was equally having some quiet time. You know, lots of people around all the time.
Would I recognize her as the princess, or
she handed you your medal at the tournament? So yeah,
Okay.
she was
Oh.
introduced to the princess and has got this like circle on her head.
okay? I thought I was going to play dumb, but okay, it's not going to work.
You can play dumb if you want.
No, I'll recognize it. I'll pretend it took a minute. So so you obviously you don't work here, but you you are. I remember you now. I apologize. I recognize you. I didn't mean to disturb you. Shouldn't your guards be here looking after you?
I managed to avoid them, and I mean, I do technically work here. I am the princess. I do things. I don't just sit around lounging all the time.
That is a good thing. I'm always busy.
So, are you going back inside, or
Should
I go
get
back
you
inside?
Should I get you anything? Do you need anything? You sounded upset.
Oh, no, it was nothing. You can make an insight check if you would like to.
I shall. No, it's going to be low. That's a flat 9.
Cool. Yeah, you don't see anything that would make you want to ask questions. Clearly, she was upset, but obviously, whatever it is has passed now from what she's saying.
Well, if you need me to give anyone a thump on your behalf, if anyone's upset, you just let me know, and I will be your champion, my lady. You did, after all, give me the medal.
Oh, smooth.
A medal you earned, I would add. But yes, maybe you could knock some sense into my father. That might be nice. But I speak out of turn.
Okay. I would normally I would be happy to, but I don't think I can go around and thump the king.
Probably would cut your head off. Yes, it would be ill-advised. But you're going to speak to him soon anyway, so I'm sure.
Yes, I am looking for. Is there anything I can? Would the king like a gift? Am I supposed to present anything to the king? Does he have a particular? I don't know. He has everything. So, is there anything he doesn't have?
Well, he doesn't have a lot of patience, tolerance, understanding, forgiveness, kindness. Doesn't have a lot of those, but probably not within your gift. Keep it short and sweet is the best thing you can do. He'll already be irritated just by you being there, so yes, short and sweet is the best gift you can give him.
Well, then I will take that advice. Again, thank you, and I start awkwardly walking backwards, kind of tripping over my feet, trying to find the door, and I will leave you to yourself.
She does laugh as you do this, a little moment of humour. Nice to meet you again, Kingsman. Have a nice evening.
And your royalness. Thank you.
Just your majesty or your highness is that's pretty like one or the other. It's fine.
Okay, and again, I kind of keep bowing. Okay.
Make sure you call him your majesty. Don't call the king anything other than your majesty, because
okay.
I
will not the king, the majesty. Okay, I will. I shall remember that. Thank you.
Good luck.
I'm going to go now. So.
Yes, I think you have said that. Yes.
Thank you. And now again, slowly kind of back out the room, back out into the main hallway.
Cool. And you back out after this very awkward interaction. But you did get some information about the king, I suppose, that would be slightly helpful. That he's very irritable. Whilst that is happening, Mrs. B, you get bumped into by one of the Wood Elf staff. And they whisper in your ear, "Something to help you." I wink at you.
Oh, and I'll kind of make it. Oh, no, don't worry, dear. No need to. It's fine. I'm fine. And I'll just be like, in response.
Give you calm down motions.
I'm not afraid. practice. It's been a while.
But then we'll walk off and disappear
Sure.
out of sight into the crowd. Cool. And you've all been here probably now. This has all gone on over sort of like 30 minutes where there's lots of things going on. And as you're on, some of you are dancing on the dance floor. There is an announcement. Querini, the Aarakocra who you first met, who's actually the chief high guard of Spear, but just isn't very good at his job, will announce, would all champions please gather to go and meet the king?
Do I see Chad anywhere?
So you're on the dance floor, aren't you? And Chad's over there. Make a perception check to see if you can spot him.
That is a 30-20.
Cool. Farah, are you trying to hide as Chad Chaddison?
No, I'm at this table just glugging down some water. This stuff took me too hard.
Cool. Yeah, and you can, like, if you think of water and hold that goblet, it will fill it with water rather than wine.
Well, I still want the wine.
You can keep the bottle. You've still got
Oh,
bottles.
yeah,
of wine.
right, great. Okay. So if there's wine in it and you think of water, does it change the water?
No, if it's already got something in it, it doesn't change. But if it's empty, you can think of something else.
Okay.
Really good for mixing your drinks, which is obviously very bad.
Okay. All right. I'm willing to bet you can't just be like, I hope this is full of poison and get a poison chalice. So I'll just keep. I'll just actually.
Do you empty it and think of that?
I think we're gonna like just a little poison in a cup.
Cool. As you think of that, the glass cracks in your hand.
Yeah. Okay.
And does not refill again, no matter how much you think of it as something else.
Fair enough. I put the cup down. I say to the guy next to me, "Excuse me." I take the cup in front of here instead, and I go. I'm gonna go see if I can find it out.
Cool. So, Shape, have you moved from the dance floor? I see that Neshka has. Have you moved from the dance floor?
So I before Neshka moves away from me, I just take her arm and turn in the direction of Chad, and I'll say, I think there might be somebody, one of your friends I can see over there, Neshka, that you might like to bump into, and I'll give it the significant nod. and then I'll walk over to Chad. Is Mrs. Bumble anywhere near Chad?
I think at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping an eye.
As I get to the table, Mrs. Bumble, I think Neshka's about to bump into a friend over there. I think you should make a bit of a fuss. And then I'll just stand behind Chad at the ready.
So there is a guy next to us, but can I just be...
That's a centaur, by the way, as well, just to make it very clear. That's a centaur that's stood next to you.
I just want to be, like, kind of so annoying that he just kind of leaves. Just be like, hey, man, it's a cool party, right?
So I will describe this centaur to you.
Cool.
To see if it helps you make any judgment about whether or not you actually could annoy him.
Oh,
so
no.
he has got brown horse legs and body, like this really rich brown hair, and this black tail. And then his upper body is very muscular. Down both arms, he's got these dragon tattoos.
Sick.
He's got, much like Kingsman, he's got just like a strap across his chest. He's bare-chested, pretty much, other than that. In each hand, he's got a bottle of wine. And his hair is like this bouffant up hair that then curls down at the back. Almost like a perm mullet. And he's got this massive mustache on. What do you do to try and annoy him?
Oh, man. Okay, that's... now it's tougher. I think, first I'm going to struggle with it. Yo, I'm going to pretend to be drunk. Count me drunk. Yo, nice to meet you, bro. My name is Chad.
Oh, you're right, pal. My name's Alus. You've been drinking. I'll have to catch you up. And downs the 2 bottles of wine that he has in his hands.
Shit me backwards. Actually,
You should try to out Chad.
Hang on, this dude's half a horse. He could easily down booze. Be a brave.
He does not seem drunk at all. Like, he downs both of them. We need more wine. And he throws the bottles at the wall. And they shit.
You know what? At this point, I'm like, I can't beat this guy. I'll get some more wine, and I'm just going to go and walk towards the others away from this basement talk.
Cool. He will go in search of more wine.
I cannot out-chad this absolute chad.
He
Of a
rears up in his rear legs.
Mega
And he
Chad.
makes the Winnie sound. Let's go. Grab more wine and drink more wine.
Hey, no, sorry, that guy is too powerful for me. What's up, guys?
There are so many people you could have picked for that
Yeah,
would have
right.
absolutely.
It makes perfect sense. If I was like, "Hey, man, this is like the chattiest dude." Like, oh no.
Oh, shit. Cool. So Neshka, are you trying to bump into one of the Genasi? There was a fire Genasi carrying 2 trays of food, like on the edge of the dance floor.
Okay, yeah. I think anybody who's been watching Neshka dance has formed certain opinions about how graceful she is.
And
So,
Shape has left now, so you are just on your own.
Yeah. So I'll be like walking away trying to get to the dance floor and just sort of like trip over my own feet and collide with this Genasi.
Cool. I will let you have you can pick kind of what you want to do with this, what ability you want to use. You can use performance if you would like because you are faking it, or you can just use dexterity to try and time it correctly with your body. And I'd let it be like an acrobatics or an athletics check potentially if you wanted to use that.
Okay, I think athletics would be best for me.
Yep.
Oh, nat 20, so
Oh, nice.
22 altogether.
You wipe the fire Genasi out. Trays go up in the air,
no.
food goes up in the air. The music stops for a second.
Oh, I'm so
Um,
sorry. I'm so clumsy.
It's fine. Oh, he clearly is quite.
Oh.
Oh, it's fine. Oh, he gets up and starts trying to put the food back in the tray.
So at the point where I think most people are looking in that direction is when I cast invisibility on Chad.
Okay.
Sweet.
So there is that thing of when people spur stuff over and goes, "Wee!"
Yeah.
That does ring out. You will need to make a stealth check to see if you can do this discreetly. Because whilst people are distracted, there is literally a guard.
Yeah, I thought we were going to
Right
go to the
there.
bathroom or something to do this, not just like right here.
Five. Because I'm rolling with disadvantage.
Okay. The guard also rolled with disadvantage.
Oh no.
And on one die got a 17.
I
And on the
rolled
other
high,
dice,
haven't I?
got a nat 1.
Oh,
Oh.
damn.
And they don't have a high enough perception. Even the guard is like, "Way!" Yes, that's what we say. Way!
What? Hey?
Oh,
Yes. Way to the lads. And then you can just disappear as you become invisible.
great.
So I'll whisper 1 hour.
Yeah, I expect. Got it. I make my move and wander around.
Cool. You can move relatively undetected far, and I'll just let me know where you want to go. The rest of you, Karini calls out again. Champions, we're on a stopwatch here. Sometime today would be ideal.
I'll make my way over.
Good.
Oh, there's a little thing on me. That's cool. Oh, hey, look at that. Right. After
Right,
making
so-
I'm gonna dip and have a look around in that case.
Yeah, cool. We shall come back to where you dip and go and look at it in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So, Shafe, do you go and join the others?
Yeah.
Cool. And you see that Domori Ashbourne is there, the dwarf prince, who is looking around for someone, but you obviously don't know who. And you will also see the Grung, who will introduce himself as Eugene. And you see that he goes to grab the hand of Neeby Styx, who just slaps him without even giving him a chance. And just wags a finger at him and he, Of course. And then he goes back to smoking his cigar. Looks at the sea elf and he rethinks it. But you see the sea elf there as well that I don't think any of you have seen before, who's wearing like these cleric robes.
She was pushing the wheelchair, correct?
Yes, she was pushing Clank, but has now left Clank just on the edge of the dance floor. He seems quite happy. Right, so we're all going to go upstairs. We're going to see the king. Call him your majesty. Don't look him in the eye. If he says anything horrible, just go with it. It's fine. And then we'll leave. Is this everyone? This is all of you, isn't it? Good. Follow me. And he will start to leave and head back towards the stairs that you saw on the way in, where you will be allowed to follow and head up. He has made no checks, by the way. He just seems very confident that you're all the right people.
I'll just stop him for a second. Sorry, Mr. What's your name again?
Crorini.
Crorini. Mrs. Bemble Bumble, who won the weightlifting competition. She's a bit hard of hearing. I'll just go and get her. She should be beating the king.
So just very quickly, there is no weightlifting competition.
Well, somebody said she was doing a lot of heavy lifting earlier.
Right. I think they probably meant something else, like emotional heavy lifting, or just, taking a lot of responsibility for a group of people, something like that. I don't know, but on we go. Unless, is she your squire?
Yes, she is.
You're gonna have to make a persuasion check because you have just lied to him, and you didn't have to roll for it because it was just an obvious lie.
Persuasion 10.
Well, let me check your registration form quickly. I'm sure we can check that to make sure that we're not letting anyone else see the king. And he will walk off to one of the guards, and the guard hands him a stone. A stone that's about the size of an A4 page, and he just starts swiping on it. Stops, hands it back to the guard, comes over. You don't have a squire. Do you want to see the king, or are you trying to do everything you can to get out of it?
Look, I'll be honest. She's kind of my date, and she really wanted to see the king, and I did make a promise.
Very unusual, but I do know it's very difficult in the dating market these days. There's not a lot out there. You don't always know what you're getting into. Sometimes it's too late, and sometimes they just steal all your gold in the night while you're asleep. When you're due to be on guard the next day. They take everything. They took everything from your room, and he talks about this clearly failed relationship that he had where he was robbed. Before eventually going, after about 10, 20 seconds, oh, yeah, sure, that's fine. Yes. Go look out for each other.
I'll just turn round to Mrs. B and give it a double thumbs up and wave her over.
Kind of Mrs. B was just about to sort of slink into the shadows and was like, really?
Yeah, he says it's fine.
Is it not kind of back and shake over?
No, we're cool. You can come up. It's cool. He says it's fine.
Get here.
I'll walk back to Mrs. B.
Go with you. She looks very cross.
She doesn't fight.
Chief, I thought I was gonna make a expeditious retreat and slink around, but do you think you need me visual?
I didn't put much thought into that other than getting you in the room.
Because I'm also very aware that Chad Chatterson is somewhere here in this building, off his tits.
It's okay.
Amazing. Kingsman, Carini has gone to you. I don't think that day's going very well. She looked very angry when you went across.
Yeah, I think he's trying.
Yes.
Okay,
And
Sheath,
failing.
here's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna like pick up a glass of sherry from a passing waiter. Right, yeah, you don't treat me like you should. I am incredibly unsatisfied sexually, and I'm gonna just fling this sherry in his face. And I'm gonna storm out so that everyone sees me leave, and I'm gonna try and find a small corner to then just kind of like pop my hood up and slink into the shadows.
Everyone sees that this gigantic man cannot sexually satisfy a gnome.
Ancient gnome.
But everyone does this thing where, you know, they hear drama and they look, but it's immediately incredibly awkward, and people are like,
Oh my
no.
god.
Yeah, and guards taking their helmets off going, oh, no, not him.
I'll wander back over. I'll say to Growina, she says she's gone to powder her nose.
There is movement going on. We all heard what happened. She was very clear about why she was unhappy.
Oh,
Shall we just go and see the king?
Yes. Let's move on.
that centaur's like, oh no.
Cool. And then, like, the whole group now are quite awkward and silent. Jay, covered in sherry, is walking with you. Eventually, the sea elf will cast prestidigitation on you and clean you up. You don't want to look untidy for the king.
Thank you.
I'm sure you're trying your best. Whatever you're not doing, I'm sure for her, I'm sure you're trying your best. Just touch you on the shoulder.
This
It's
is
cast
the
guidance.
this is the finest shirt I've ever owned.
Well, it's clean now. It's fine. But for the next minute, you have guidance.
Oh, nice.
She feels like you're going to need it.
This is going so well.
Oh, this is so good. But you will head out, and he will now walk and not allow for any more delays, and will walk you upstairs to the first floor. While this is going on, you've had a lot of distractions. Where did you want to go?
Oh god. Okay, so first things first, lots of doors. I'm invisible. I'm gonna be basically like kind of be peeking into everywhere, checking out what's going on, checking out who's where the exits are, who's coming our way, blah 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 blah. The first thing I'm doing is making my way through this door here. I'm gonna have a good look at this pink-haired fella.
So that's a 5 in RC. She is just carrying trays, and what you realise is that the room at the end of this, it leads to a kitchen. So this door here leads to a kitchen, and it's just a way for staff to get to and from the kitchen without creating too much of a disturbance.
So as the door opens to let me out, I have a quick peek in. I go, okay, that's the kitchen. Looks like there's a door to the west.
This one down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see anyone go in and out of that while you're there. You do see a male wood elf comes in and out of this door at the top. And as he does open it a bit, you can see there's some more stairs that lead upwards.
All right. So I'm doing all this basically as quickly and quietly as I can. So my main concern is once we meet Reggie, how do we get out fast? So I'm going to nip in through the kitchen, past this. The elf coming down looks like a butler, I guess.
Yeah, they're both wearing the same smart outfit and clearly are like supervisors, for want of a better term, for a more period relevant term. They're basically the supervisors and the team leaders. Just quickly before you leave the kitchen, just a couple of things happen because your passive perception is high enough. You can see the kitchen is split into 3 sections. The top bit you're in is the dessert section, and you see a halfling woman with this like red dress on and this very dark black hair, talking very suggestively about all the desserts that she's making when she's stirring it. There's lots of use of the word moist and sopping.
This will help out Chase later, I think.
Yep. And then down here, you see a satyr who is like doing the main section and like all the meats and stuff. And you just hear him talking about Flavor Town and making sure everything is like super strong and powerful. And then at the very end is incredibly loud. Like it's almost like you're in that section, but it's the starters, and there's very intricate food being made by this white-scaled dragonborn who just keeps, every time an elf or a genasi goes past, just swears at them. Several of them have been called donkeys. And ask what the fuck their problem is and why the fuck they can't make a sandwich.
Wow, that guy's really an idiot sandwich. Weird.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You notice as you go through?
Sweet. So, yeah, absolutely. Like, basically, this is all going on as far as, like, invisibly, like, popping up and down out of, like, pots and pans and stuff to try and get through.
No one is noticing you here. There's so much going on. They don't have time to notice you.
I plop the moist cakes and I go, okay, I'll keep them for later on. And I make my way up past and into the servants' chill area, I guess, with the stairs going upwards.
Yeah, you realise there's a couple of tables as you go through the door, which have got like bottles on them of water and some chairs. No one is obviously sitting down, but it is clearly a rest area for the staff.
Okay. Yeah, let's keep moving up past the stuff. There's nothing like seems, excuse me, prominent on these tables. No notes or anything.
No, there's nothing on there. Other than the glasses and the bottles of water, there's nothing else on there.
Okay. Yeah, keep moving. I want to basically do a circuit while the guys are doing the whole thing.
Cool. What I will say is, as you go in here, you do notice people going through this door, just at the top right.
Okay. Yeah. Let's.
As they do, you can see it's like a corridor. It's a very narrow corridor. It would have been.
All right. Okay. I'll follow the trail of people because it's easier to pretend to not be there if people are opening doors for you and stuff.
Yep.
So, into the corridor, have a peek around.
Yeah, and you will see that this is a corridor that just goes around. There's like an L shape that goes around the back of the building, basically to keep the staff outside.
Cool.
So there's not lots of staff around all the time.
But no guards.
Not here, but if you were to go all the way around to the bottom left, you would realise that without opening the door, there is like a guard tower there. And with your passive perception, you would hear guards on the other side taking a well-earned rest.
Did you hear that? That shut up. I couldn't satisfy that gnome lady. I ignore that and keep moving.
All that going around. But yeah, and you would see also as you go around, there is a door here.
Looks like a door
outside.
Yeah, so a quick peek out there. This looks like one of our best exits.
Yeah, and you can see that as it goes out, there's like loads of tents and a camping area out there, which would be the staff camp, because they're obviously not allowed to stay in the castle because the king's an arsehole. So they all stay outside in these tents.
Okay. Is there anywhere around here that I could hide something?
What are you trying to hide?
I still have a baggie of black powder.
Would you be able to hide it? There are like sconces, like you could turn a sconce off, put it out, and then hide the black powder there. It probably wouldn't be noticed, but you notice all the sconces are on. Is the only thing. So if one is out, someone might notice it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. If someone's going to notice the sconce full of black powder, if they because they're not going to look in there for the black powder, they're going, oh, it's out, and then try to light it, which just blows them up anyway. That is a distraction.
Yeah.
That said, that is also our only exit. But then they'll blow the doors right off. That stuff's really powerful.
There are loads of sconces, so you could pick you don't have to pick that sconce. You could pick a different sconce.
I want to pick a sconce. That's a little bit far from excuse me. I want to pick a sconce a little bit further from the door so it doesn't destroy the door.
Yep. Which one?
Pop it out. The door that leads out into the main courtyard. Pop it out. I'm sorry, go on.
Point which sconce you're going to put it on.
Oh, there's just one here. Right in front of me.
You're just going to do that one. Okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah.
What I will say is, if that blows up, that will blow that door if it's inches as well.
Sure, but that's an open door, not a rubble-in door, right?
That's just a wooden door that leads. Yeah, it's unlocked at the moment though.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think it's a decent either A distraction or B a deterrent. So
cool.
Little bit of black I pour in like just enough to look like it's going to give it a nice big boom. How much would you say is in my bag?
Or something.
Yeah, absolutely enough to kill a Watcher Nazi. I specifically have that particular amount.
For innocent member of staff.
Yeah. I get out my little vial and go, okay, that's just enough to murder a bystander. Excellent.
Yeah, you work it out, like, yeah, that's probably enough.
I don't want to kill a bystander, but need to master at the moment. So,
next
sconce, black powder, and I nip back in. How long's it been for me, roughly, now?
You're probably assuming that you didn't wait for the drama, and that you left the moment you were invisible.
Hearing the guards talk about the first I've heard, I was like, man, somebody couldn't tell I had a gnome. Weird.
It's like 15-20 minutes. You got about another 40 minutes.
Yeah, cool. I'm back in through the staff entrance. And nipping into upstairs.
Cool. Okay, so you go up to the first floor. So everyone else on the first floor, Far's on the first floor. Mrs. B, what are you up to?
After my dramatic exit, I am going to kind of try and blend in with the crowds of people as much as I can to try and find like basically start merging with the shadows and pop my hood up and basically sort of try and camouflage myself so I'm as unnoticeable as possible.
Okay, and where are you trying to get to with this? Absolutely, you can do all that easily. Put your
I'm going to try and kind of slide on my way up to those doors that we passed earlier that were unguarded, and see if I can slink through.
Is
those ones. Yeah.
Okay, you can try and see. I will say it is very well lit. There are guards there, but if you time it as the group go up the stairs,
that's kind of what I'm aiming to do.
Okay. Yeah, there's people mingling and moving around. Make a stealth check to see if you can get in
there. 29.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Slink.
The guards are distracted and they're trying to look out for Shay for who they're slightly embarrassed. They've got like second-hand embarrassment for as he walks past. Yeah.
Awkward.
But you will find yourself in what you would recognise as well as a staff area, like a corridor that is outside, so that people can move around without being seen too much.
Fantastic. And if I look to the kind of right, does that kind of come to a dead end, or is there kind of like anything that goes upstairs, downstairs?
Dead end.
Dead end. Interesting. Cool. In that case, I'm going to go back along I'd like to go kind of up and down this bit a couple of times and just look for any signs of hidden entrances or things that maybe look a little out of place.
You won't find that down here. You can go and check along all these walls. The only doors are the doors for this level. It all appears to be fine.
Amazing. In that case, I'd like to just kind of... And there's guards looking at the... There's a guard by the stairs and 2 by the door, yeah?
Yep.
I would like to throw from just peek through the door, I would like to chuck a ball bearing at the guide by the stairs.
Yep. Okay, so what is your aim here? To get them to walk on it?
Just to kind of like clang it off his helmet to start with, just to sort of.
Her helmet, but yes, it's fine.
Or she.
Yeah. I know which guards are women and which are not.
I'm gonna try and clang it off her helmet.
Okay, so to do it stealthily, you first need to make a stealth check, and then an attack roll. A ranged attack.
25 for stealth.
I don't know why I ask.
And then just is this like, would this be like an improvised?
It would be. I'll do it as a range. I think throwing is normally strength, isn't it? But I will allow you to use your dex for this. As you're
amazing. Thank you. Baller. 18, 19, 22.
Yes, absolutely. That beats the AC, so that will definitely hit. And you hear a ding, and the guy's, what was that? And starts looking around, but obviously cannot see you.
Yeah. Cool. So I've now got her attention. Yeah. I'm gonna it's probably gonna be
I feel like you didn't realize there had to be a second part to this plan.
Like, I didn't expect it to get this far. I'm then gonna.
There's screws.
Now that she's sort of looking around, I'm gonna release a little handful of ball bearings in the hopes of that she's like gonna then arse over tit it.
Cool.
Bowling
so you
for
can
guards.
throw them. Make another dex check to see if you can get them in the general area.
Oh, nice. 23 this time.
Okay, let's see if she can stand up. She cannot. She does start like just small steps, but then one of them catches a ball bearing. Oh shit! And then just slips, and you see clang, 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 clang as she falls on her ass. And all the other guys start sniggering. And she is down. You've got a very small window here if you want
I am gonna
start.
Sneakily book it towards the stairs.
Cool. You can make a stealth check, which would be at disadvantage because you are booking it, but it would just be flat because you already have advantage.
Because of my cloak. Yeah. I got new dice this weekend, and they are beautiful. 18, 28.
Cool. Yeah, the guards who are giggling and looking down, like that sort of embarrassed giggling.
Yeah.
And she is so busy, she's like a tortoise on her back. I need to get up, like, oh shit. But won't let go of her spear and shield. So it's trying to get up.
The training says no.
Yes, I'm not allowed to hand them to anyone. I get sacked or something. Oh, I don't know. And you can get up those stairs. Dave, can we load up the because you're all upstairs now. Can we load up the first floor, please? And then I'll describe what I'll start with the group, and then Mrs. B will follow afterwards.
Trying to load in the background.
Cool. Let me try to find them. Yeah, that is that floor. So, top right for the players. That is where you all come up. There. I'm just quickly sorting out some tokens. Because you'll be surprised to know there are tokens here.
I'm shocked about this.
Yeah. Dave, can you give me the guards? I haven't got any guards for some reason. I've got like everything else except for the guards, I think.
Right, players are in top right corner. Let's get some guards.
I think that's everyone. Yeah. Cool. Far, you will be on the far left. Is where your stairs lead up. That's fine, Dave. That's ideal. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll move you over far where you'll be. So, yeah. You're over on the far left, far. Or Chad, sorry.
That's right. Far's not here right now. It's just Chad. Invisible Chad.
Cool. And then Shafe, Neshka, and Kingsman with the others. You are led up to the top by Karini, where there are immediately 2 guards stood in front of a door at the very top of the stairs. And so probably, I think, is it too much to go all in at once? What mood is he in? He says to the guards, and they just look at him as. All right, yes, 2 groups. Who wants to go together?
I'll go in last.
I'll go in the last group as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go last with them.
Okay, let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's an odd number. That's awkward, isn't it? All right, we'll do a bigger group first and then a smaller group second. You all wait outside with the guards. The rest of you come on in.
Wouldn't it be better to do a smaller group first to avoid annoying His Majesty initially?
Well, I mean, if you want to go first, you can come with, we'll put someone else in the second group and you can come in the first group.
No, I meant do a group of 3 first and then a group of 4. I'm sure my friend here, the Dwarf Prince, would like to come in with us.
I really don't give a shit. I don't care if I go first or last. It doesn't bother me.
Why don't the 4 of us go last?
All right, fine. And that's fine. He will do that. And the career, sure, well, I don't really care. Like, let's just get this done with. This is like the worst part of my day today. So let's just get it done. And so he will disappear inside, and he takes in the Sea Elf, the Nevi Sticks, and the Grun. So the 4 of you are just waiting on the landing outside. Are you trying to listen to what goes on the other side of the door, or are you just standing there together?
I mean, if the guard's going to let me go and stand with the ear to the door, I'd love to know what's going on inside, but otherwise I'll just stand here and listen intently from where I am.
Yeah, you can try and listen from where you are. It should be harder.
Yeah,
I'll
just
try
do
and go
that.
up to the door if you would like to, Shay. I don't mind.
Wait, I'll just go and stand near to the guards. Yeah, just don't mind me. I'm just going to wait here. I'm eager to see His Majesty.
I'll do the same on the other side.
Cool. The guards are very uneasy as you flank them. Step back a little bit, friend, and we'll go to push you, Kingsman, slightly further away, and the other one tries to push you, Chef. They won't be able to beat you on any strength checks, so do you allow them to push you?
I'll allow them to put. I'll just kind of smooth my ear across the door. Yes.
Oh, I don't know what check that is, Dave.
It's a stealth perception check, surely.
Yeah, go on. Cool. Do a stealth check and let's see if you can. They are distracting, so I'll give them disadvantage.
It's not good. Or it's a 13.
They got a 10. The guard that is nearest you, so that's very good. And that, yes, sure. You're being weird. But they give you enough time and you can make a perception check on the door if you would like to. But it's at disadvantage because you are sliding across the door.
No, I got that one.
Okay, cool. No worries. Shape, are you trying to listen in? From where you
I'll
are?
just from where I am, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Have you got your shield back, by the way?
Oh, yes, I have.
Cool. No worries, just double checking.
That's a 19 on the perception check.
Okay, no worries. I shall tell you what you hear in a second. Neshka, are you doing anything else on the outside? While your 2 co-conspirators just act weird?
I think I'll step close to them. Just behind this guard here.
Cool. Are you listening or anything?
Yeah, I'll see what I can hear from back here.
Cool. Make a perception check then for me.
10.
Okay. You can hear like mutterings on the other side and some conversations, but you can't make out any details of what is in there. Shape, what you can hear Oh, and Kingsman, you just hear your hand sliding on wood, just like shh. Because you've got this really gruff, like hand, like you got really rough, like calluses in your hands and stuff. As you're scratching it across this wooden door, you do leave a slight mark on the door. But Shape, what you hear is one very distinct voice that is in this room. Well, look, just what do you want? Fuck, you're the champions, aren't you? For fuck's sake! Oh, I just want to eat my food and be left alone by you people. Right, fine. Hello. Questions? No. What do you want? And then it trails off as the voices get slightly further away. You can't quite hear the other ones, but you do hear what appears to be a very grumpy voice that you haven't heard before. But you wait your turn. The others are in there. They will be in there for about 5 or 10 minutes. And as time is quite important, Chad, what are you up to?
So I wanted to ask if you'd allow me, because the more I thought about like killing some random innocent, I didn't like it. So would I be able to I want to go around putting out the occasional, what are they called?
Sconces.
Sconce, yeah. The occasional one. I'm putting in not enough to like blow someone to shit, but enough to like definitely cause problems.
I'm really happy that it'd be enough to go and like be a distraction, but not so much that it would immediately there'd be no dex rolls or anything like that. It would just be a distraction. That's fine.
Exactly. And I'm just doing that to like a couple of random ones. I don't know where the king's like area is, so I'm just kind of wandering around every couple, pulling it out, a little bit of black powder, just enough to like make a problem, and making my way again through this place. I'm in like a study, it looks like. So
this is a slightly nicer area, but you get the impression this is also for staff to rest.
Cool. Okay, I'm not trying to fuck with the staff. They're just doing their jobs. So I'll keep moving through here into... Let's see now. If I go through this area here where all these staff are hanging out...
Yep.
Because I'm trying to mostly avoid as much as I can. And there's a lot of side rooms. I'm just basically finding sconces in areas people are going to notice them. A little bit of black powder. So this one here. Pop it out. A little bit of black powder so I'm going to notice that. And then sneaky through this room. It looks like a bedroom for the servants, I think.
Yeah, you get the impression that there's some that would be working overnight in case the king needs anything or a guest needs anything. So there are beds here for those people, overnight workers, but that's it. There's not a lot of beds.
Cool. As I'm moving through, and I don't want to take too much time because you said time is important. What are the is there any servants like talking about the king? What's the general vibe of their work experience here? Are they happy here? Or are they like, fuck me, I can't stand this place, blah blah whatever?
Oh, absolutely unhappy. No checks needed. They are openly in this room. The three that are in here, there's a water genasi, an earth genasi, and a fire genasi. Talking about the terrible conditions and the fact that they shouldn't be doing this. Make a history check for me with advantage. Just see if you can work something out.
Okay, first one is a 14, second one is a 16.
Cool. Yeah, so as they're talking, they start to talk about traditions and their temple, and you notice that on their face, all of them have these 3 green lines. 3 green lines, not tattoos, but almost like face paint that go down. And you are aware of the way of the elementals, and that the Genasi are famously a monastic order in Snellno. Right. And that clearly all of these people are monks, and they are happy to be staff and waiters for this event.
Yeah, that sucks. In fact, you know what? That sucks so hard. I'm gonna go back, take the black powder out of the staff area. These guys don't deserve this shit. They're fine. I'm gonna. I scoop it. I'm like, oh man, these poor bastards, and dip my way through past these guys as they bitch about their jobs and about having to do this crap.
Make a stealth check for me.
For sure. Okay, first one's an 18. Second one is a 24.
Yeah, absolutely. You're able to even at some pace softly go through and not make too much noise. And there's no dust here. It's very clean, this castle inside. So there's no dust for you to step in give your position away.
Cool. I'm gonna head towards the sound of voices and just like do the occasional lamp that isn't fucking with the servants.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, these poor guys have their own problems, but I'm heading towards where I can hear voices coming from.
Cool. How far round do you go? You will hear you won't hear many voices, but you will hear quite distinct voices.
Yeah, I'm
coming
listening
from
out
further
for.
up the map.
I guess listening out for my guys. Like I know that Kingsman and Shape have big booming voices. So I'm listening out for my guys.
Yeah, you don't hear them yet.
Okay. In which case, I'm just going to keep moving around this corner here on the left, past these other servant areas, maybe.
So you get the impression here, these aren't servant areas; these are going to be guest rooms. So some of the nobles, like there are dignitaries from other nations. There's royalty from other nations. They would probably be housed on this floor in some of these rooms. Like the walls here are this beautiful elven wood with this lovely gold trim in it, like real gold, and is clearly very expensive. They would not house servants in these rooms.
Bar is creeping past, focused, and then goes, "These are really nice rooms. I'm just gonna pop my head in real quick."
All the doors are locked.
Shit.
Because people aren't silly. The doors are locked.
Yeah. Okay, Forrest, I'll come back for you. Sorry, Chad. Chad said, "I'll come back for you later." And I'm gonna keep moving. I'm not trying to start an international incident here. So if these are dignitary rooms, keep moving past them, sniffing around the place, seeing what I can find.
Make me a perception check as you move through.
Perception, hey, you got it. Okay, that's 13.
Cool. We should check something. No, that's fine. Cool. You head round and you do see like this little chaise lounge area where people can relax, and there's another big painting, and it is a painting of the king stood in front of a doorway. But it just, it looks fine. It's just a really, really shit painting, is what it is.
Right. They've given him a massive cod piece he does not deserve.
Yeah. Like everything is, it's quite muscular.
Right.
But you're aware that the king is like rape thin and not a very strong individual. But cool. So as you head round, Mrs. B, you have come up the stairs very stealthily. I will give you that. And there is a small amount of commotion going up on the top floor.
Yeah.
However, as you go round the corner, you immediately see that there are guards right at the top of the stairs.
Cool. How far away are they?
They are 40 feet away from you.
Okay. Are they looking at the stairs?
They are currently distracted by the group of people surrounding them, behaving quite strangely. One of them just rubbed his ear on a door.
I'm like, oh, I knew this would come in handy someday. I'm gonna try my luck and see if I can just kind of sneak past unnoticed, seeing that they're obviously waiting where they should be waiting. First things first, let's see if I can just kind of get past out of that range of sight, I think. Just keeping very much as hidden as I possibly can.
Cool. What you do notice as you go up is the dwarf that is there, Domori, looks you straight in the eye. And then starts getting involved with the others and making a bit more of a fuss, so it picks up a little bit.
Amazing. I'll just be like, good boy. I rolled a 25 on stealth.
Yeah, there's no way they can reach that.
Amazing.
It is impossible for them to perceive you.
Cannot perceive me. I'm John Cena. Wicked. I'm gonna kind of, what I would like to do is basically make my way around, and I want to sort of follow the corridors around to see if I can work out if there would be another entrance to the king's room.
Okay. Yeah, you can wander around, and as you're moving, if you want to make a perception check, assume that you're just wandering around until you spot something, basically.
Yeah, basically, kind of like, I think Mrs. B's fair, like, obviously this is very, very fancy, but Mrs. B kind of knows the layout of how most noble homes are sort of laid out. She's got a little bit of awareness. 17 on perception.
Cool, slightly better than Far's. As you head round, you see a couple of paintings that look slightly odd and out of place. Like they all have the king in them. That is one commonality, but most of them don't have a background. It's just him.
Mm-hmm.
The odd one has like a window or a doorway in it.
Oh, the old eyes in the painting bit.
You see the one here, as you go down this corridor, has a window in it. And if you approach it, there's a latch on the window that you can move. And if you do, it opens the doorway into the corridor.
Fabulous.
Do you keep looking?
If I poke my head in, does it look very much like Servants' Corridor again?
Yes, 100% Servants' Corridor, keep people out of the way. It's not going to be anywhere near the king.
Amazing. Yeah, in that case, I'll keep looking. I'll kind of follow down. Obviously not seeing Far.
Yeah, Far, you see Mrs. B go up to this painting and clearly do something, and her head like disappears as she leans through it, and then she comes back out.
It's not like an opening thing. It's an illusion.
Yes, it basically opens the illusion up so you can move through it.
Okay.
But there is always. But what you see is, as you do the latch and you go through it, the window opens on the painting.
Gotcha.
Cool. And as you keep moving around, what you will notice, as you did slightly better than Chad, is down here where there is this giant picture of this of the king, and it is like very over exaggerated, and there is this doorway. The doorway stands out, and you see that it has got a very distinct silver handle on it.
Okay, I'm gonna try the handle. I'm gonna go very carefully. Before I touch it, I want to see if I can find anything like tripwires, or any signs of like arcane glyphs or anything that will be like, it's a trap.
Nice.
Make an investigation check for me.
I think Far's just standing behind her watching quietly.
Yeah, he's like, wow, you found stuff.
Oh, shame.
That's going to be a 15.
Yeah, nothing other than what is clearly an illusion, much like the window. There's no traps around this frame. There are no like buttons to press or anything like that. There's nothing that would give you cause for concern. But what you do realise is that this probably, based on the picture and the layout of this castle, this probably leads into the king's room. So if you open this, you are going to be directly into the king's room. And on the other painting, the picture changed once you opened it, so people would know it was open.
Oh. Do I chance it? That's the question.
Cool. While you're thinking about that, the other group who are all together, Karini comes out of the room suddenly, and you're all really close, and he has to like push you back. That's really weird. Like, get back! Such a weird group of people. Please behave with the king. I don't want to have to kill anyone today. If that would be super great.
We're just eager.
No one's eager to meet the king. And you see him suddenly stop as he looks behind him. The door is open. The king has not noticed, though. The king is sat in the sofa that you can see now, clearly not paying attention. Oh, God. Right, you lot clear out. Next group in, and the Grung, the Loxodon, and the Sea Elf will leave. Karini will hold the door open for you and like show his hands. Well, and you go. Remember, Your Majesty, don't get too close. Okay, like 10 feet. Like, don't get closer. And he will wave you all in if you wish to go in the door.
Ross, can I just ask something real quick? And feel free to veto this if you want. But both I and apparently the doorman forgot I've been carrying a crossbow around this whole time. I've still got that triple crossbow from like way back. So is that cool? Is that still on me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. Carry on.
Yeah, that's fine. It's D&D, like you carry on.
I'm looking at my thing, I'm like, what is that? Oh, a crossbow.
If we said actually you can only carry as much as would be reasonable, Some people have like 5 javelins.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, you've got they're all on your back. I don't care how tall you are; they're all on your back, or you're carrying them in your hands. So it's absolutely fine. We will hand wave the triple crossbow because it's funny that you have got this triple crossbow. Cool. Domori will come in with you. As you come into this room, you see that it is almost like a study. It's a very nice room. There are bookshelves on either side. Karini goes to come in the room and then appears to turn. Oh, right. Yep. Okay. As though he is hearing something, and then shuts the door and wanders off. So Karini has not come in the room with you. You do see a wood elf in the room who is just fixing some food on a desk and pouring some wine. And you see the back of a head on this nice sofa. It's like this dark green sofa, like not leather, but like material sofa. Lots of gold. He's really vain. There's lots of gold filigree in it, and patterns and detailing. And you see the back of a head, which is this platinum blonde, and you can see this quite shiny crown atop it. Doesn't turn to look at you, doesn't pay you any attention. You'll also notice that there are windows that lead out to this room on the sides, and there's also a larger window at the front here. And the room curved round to the right. What would the 3 of you like to do as you come in this room with the king?
Ooh. Everyone's thinking. Kingsman is going to step forward. Good evening, Your Majesty.
Is it?
It certainly is for all of your guests. I'm sure that they have travelled
I'm
far
sorry.
and wide.
You just sat down.
I was about to, but I'll stand back up again.
Yeah, stand up. Don't sit down. You'll ruin the sofa and the material. Is it just you? Refuse to turn around. Will not turn around to look who else is coming in the room. Is it just you? Or is there someone else in the room as well?
I am the champion of the Harvest Festival. I managed to survive your gauntlet challenge.
Oh, did anyone die this year?
Not on the challenge itself.
Oh, that's a shame. All right, fine. Questions? What do you want? If there's anyone else behind me, don't make me turn my head. The clown is heavy.
Oh.
I'm feeling
Can
good.
we pause for a moment and can I meta question?
You can ask a question. If it's too metagamey, I will not answer it.
No, it's actually a question to the rest of the party.
Okay, you can ask it. I might veto answering it if it is too metagamey.
Are we doing this now?
Yes.
Someone could have given me the plan before we came in here.
Absolutely cannot ask that question. You have had several moments to ask that question outside
This
of
is
this
literally
room.
our only plan. We don't really have a choice.
So you are in the room.
Right, in that case, I'm not going to meta question. I'm just going to meta apologise for my now actions in advance.
Oh, no.
So if you weren't prepared for
at
this,
his neck.
if you weren't prepared for this and weren't expecting it, I feel sorry for you. But I apologise in advance. You know that scene in Batman where Joker's in the prison cell and the Batman suddenly appears behind him to interrogate him.
Yeah.
That's what Kingsman is currently saying. I'm stood behind the Elf King, and I'll put my hands down either side of his shoulders on the sofa. I'm not touching him; it's on the sofa. And you'll see that I'm gripping that sofa so hard that leather is starting to crack, and my knuckles are pure white. And I'll say, Your Majesty, allow me to tell you a story.
Oh, I don't want to hear your fucking story. Just come and speak to me. And I can let go of this. Still not turning his head. Will not turn his head around.
There was once a town, a settlement in Ch03. It was called Midval. This was
Don't know what you're talking
many
about.
years ago. Your army sacked it. They wiped that settlement out because it sat on the border of the Drow Nation. You wiped out every man, woman, and many children.
Yep.
Those children you didn't destroy, you took into your own forces, forced them to fight for you in many, many battles over the decades, until one day there was peace. I was one of those children. And I can tell you my name that I carry now, but it will be meaningless because it wasn't the name that I had then. I fought my way here to this very moment, for this very action. And I'll grab this heavy crown off his head, and I'll say, allow me to take your burden from you. And I'll use the crown. If it's pointy, as you described, I'm going to turn it upside down and shove it straight down onto the top of his head, upside down.
So you could roll to attack. He has scouted guards, and you've also touched him.
Yep,
He still refuses to move. You can roll to attack. Mrs. B and Chad, from the outside of this room, you have heard Shafe's voice, his very deep timbre of voice, and his very serious nature. You would know what he's about to do before you hear the shouting of guards. Do you two do anything? But obviously, Mrs. B, you don't know Chad is there, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Mrs. B knows that she couldn't possibly get round quick enough to do anything about it, so she is going to sneak through the painting into the king's room.
Before she does, Chad Bar will go. Okay, Plan B distraction.
Jesus Christ! Fuck!
Sorry, and then I'm going to run to start lighting these things to cause distractions. So that went so much faster. I'll buff the key point for Step of the Wind to do it as well.
Yeah, cool. And you can run, and you all start to hear this.
Yeah.
As Chad Bar runs through, Mrs. B, you open the doorway on the painting, and you are able to lean through, and you can see as Shafe raises this crown of the king's head, who is so arrogant he does not move. Shafe, what did you get to hit?
I'm going to roll it now. That's a 19 on the dice.
Yeah, boy.
Cool. You 100% hit as he does not move. Roll some damage. It is a very spiky crown, but it is an improvised weapon.
Yeah.
So I will allow you to roll the d6, but you will not be able to add anything to that.
That's fine. I have a bonus action spell, 2nd level, called Shining Smite. When I hit, I immediately use the bonus action to cast a spell. The effect is the target hit by the strike takes an extra 2d6 radiant damage.
Cool.
And from that point forwards, for a minute, they shine with a 5-foot bright light. All attacks have advantage against them, and they are unable to benefit from the invisible condition. Wow. This is a concentration spell, so as soon as I do this, Chadderson will appear in the corridor outside.
What the? God damn it!
Running around lighting sconces.
Getting off explosions around the castle? Shit!
Cool, so 3d6.
3d6 damage, yeah.
Cool.
That's a 9 in total. 4, 3, and a 2 I rolled.
So as you stab this crown into the king as he has shouted guards and is clearly very badly hurt, but is not dead. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
And can we have some more tense music, please, Dave, as things are about to go very wrong.
I have to say I'm very consistent in my initiative rolling, and that is always bad. Roll a 2.
Right.
And can I have one for the king and one for the guards, please? As they will operate separately. So I don't think I can add one.
Right, the king's in,
Awesome. Thank you.
and the guards are in.
Excellent. Very kind, Steve.
I'll do the rest as well.
That's good. I rolled 2 3s. Good for you lot.
Do you want the prince to have one as well?
No, because I know what he's going to do.
Yeah, right now I guess I'm just on like distracting guard duty at this point.
Oh, shit. No, just that's fine. The guards are not very reactive.
It's good because I rolled an 8.
Cool. You all rolled terribly.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just wait for. So that's 8. What was Mrs. B's?
22.
Oh, oof, that's very impressive. Is that okay?
Gotta love that plus
Nice.
4.
Cool. So, as Shape, you bring this crown down, the king mortally wounded but not dead. Mrs. B, you have come through the painting. No guards have entered the room. You have not seen any other guards on this floor yet.
Okay.
What would you like to do on your turn?
I am gonna bonus action dash to get me to the bed, and I'm just gonna kind of slink under it if possible.
Yep.
So Mrs. B is under the bed, and I'm gonna take out my cane knife, and I'm gonna dip it in the vial that I was given by the wood elf.
Cool. Yeah, no worries.
And that
So,
is,
all your movement, action, bonus action?
yeah.
Well, you still have an action, because I would allow that to be an object interaction.
Ooh,
It is a dagger.
it is a dagger. So I could throw it, couldn't I?
Yeah, you would be at disadvantage because he is more than 20 feet away from you. And he'd have a bit of extra cover,
Yeah.
which you would realise from the chair.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold it there, and I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna be crouching under the king's bed with a knife.
The scariest little gnome monster that's under your bed. Mrs. B. Cool. That is your turn.
Yeah.
Kingsman, you are next. What do you do as you see Shape do this and you are stood opposite the king who is bleeding profusely?
Is there something like a wine bottle on the table in front?
Absolutely. There are glasses, wine bottles. There is a small table in front of you and a chair to the side of it, all of which are small enough for you to pick up and wield in some way.
So I will literally jump over the table in a single stride, grab the wine bottle, and I will thump. I will use it as a baseball bat, and you get that nice solid as it whacks into his head. Now,
amazing.
If it breaks, it breaks. If not, I'm aiming to knock him out or kill him.
So, are you aiming to kill him or knock him out?
I want to kill him.
Okay, cool. Yep, roll to attack. You can add your strength and proficiency because you are proficient with improvised weapons.
16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22 to hit.
Yeah, he's got an AC of 14. It's fine. You hit. He's
don't
basically
forget
wearing these.
well.
He's got these like very fancy robes on that are green and white. They are not proper armor. There is a little bit underneath of leather armor, but he is pretty much just wearing royal clothes. So he's not wearing like decent armor.
So improvised weapon. What would you like me to use on that? What for damage?
So for a wine bottle, I'd probably say a D4, and you can add your strength modifier to this.
5.
Cool. He had 1 hit point left. He's a king. He doesn't have
Oh.
1 hit points. So as you swing this bottle round, how does it look as the bottle shatters as it comes into contact?
Oh, I'm going to get him right on the temple. So it's a huge swing in slow motion, putting all of my spin and core into this. And it's just, that the bottom of your bottle is kind of a bit thicker. And you just hear it go, chunk. And his head goes, and there's a big dent of his head just comes out.
And as it makes contact with the head, it also hits the crown, and that is where the smash comes, and you have a broken wine bottle in your hand.
And just to add insult to it, I will take the jagged end as my second attack, although I know he's dead at this point, and I will jag it into his throat, turning it.
Cool. You can absolutely do that. That is fine. And the body just goes limp as blood pours from this neck wound. And you can see the skull is caved in. The crown isn't dented, by the way, like it's in perfect condition. And he just slumps as you hit him in the side of the temple to the side. The king is dead, but you are all still in the king's room. No. And next up is Neshka. What would you like to do? I'm assuming that's in your turn. Sorry, Kingsman.
I know what I was going to do this turn.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if it's going to be useful anymore. Who's still in this room that would want to fight us?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
There are only 2 people in this room who are not part of your group.
That is 23.
So you look around, the dwarf prince, Dormori Ashbourne, who has got no weapons on him. He's not got his greatsword with him. Just seems to be like, not how I would have done it, but the wood elf at the back, no longer trying to hide who they really are, just kind of shrugs at you, nods a bit, and then winks. You feel like you have no threats in this room, but there are threats outside that are about to come in. What would you like to do?
I'm going to tell everyone that felt a little too easy. Should we get out of here?
Yes.
And on their turns, people can respond to you as you say that out loud.
Okay.
Do you want to stay where you are, Neshka, or are you going to move?
I think, for the moment, that wasn't my. Was that my action?
No. That's just free talking, free looking around. I'm quite happy to let you have that check as you're trying to read the room very quickly in the moment.
In that case, until we figure out what we're doing, I would like to take my staff, Ironwood staff, and cast Wall of Thorns over the doorway.
Amazing. You all see Neshka uses her staff, and just this wall of thorns just grows out of the wood, almost like the trees that these doors and walls were made from have come alive again, and they cover it. No one is getting through that door. Anything else, Neshka? Any bonus actions?
That's it.
Cool. That is Neshka. Far. You are going around lighting these sconces, which are just going behind you.
Yeah, I want, like, it should be, like, loud enough to, like, what was, like, imagine something explodes in your microwave. It's loud enough to people going, what is that? My main plan here is to try and distract any guards coming, but are any guards coming?
Make me a perception check.
All right.
Again, like, you get a free check for this because you're moving around as you're doing it.
It's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
You keep hearing the behind you. You can't really pick out any specific noises like that. There might be someone coming, there might not be.
Cool. In that case, then, staying separated doesn't seem like it was a greatest idea, but I am going to keep an eye out. Actually, no, you don't screw it. Staying separated isn't a good idea. I'm going to go through that door as well to get to the others, because I didn't go far. Actually, wait, we were outside, right? you know what? I got it. I'm going to come around the front where the others are. As I run around, because my invisibility is off, so this isn't going to work otherwise. So, invisibility off, I come running around and go, oh, shit, am I late?
So, are you dashing?
Am I what?
Are you dashing to get around there? Because that'll be more than your movement.
Oh, of course.
I know you've got a lot of movement anyway.
No, I forgot we were in combat now. So yeah, probably that's why. My bad. Sorry.
So with a dash, you have 100 feet of movement, so you're fine. You can get around there, but you would have to either spend a key point.
I would dash to get around there. No, I'll choose my action and dash, full dash, all around the corner there, and just be like, I want to survey what's going on here. I know these guys out here. What's it be looking like? How are these guards looking?
So as you go around there, you'll find out what the guards look like next. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I full action dash. I don't have to do a bonus action, so that's all I can do for now.
Cool. What you see then as you go around there, we'll start with those guards first. Those guards seem panicked as they have heard their king shout, and they go to open this door, and they just can't. Something is holding it closed as the wall of thorns is in effect. They then see Yufar coming around the corner, and Ch03, the chief high guard. Where have you come from? What are you doing up here? Who are you? And isn't going to attack you, but it's clearly very focused on you now.
Sure. I'm just going to tell her. I heard explosions. You guys can't hear them downstairs? Stuff's going off.
There's a lot going on. And you could tell that Karini, the chief guard, he looks pretty panicked right now. The other three are just going to run downstairs. They're safe because they're outside the room, but they do just disappear and run downstairs.
Yeah, fair.
And then what you also see, I'm just going to do some copy and pasting quickly. It's through this door. You don't see it far, but the rest of you do, as two guards who were waiting on the balcony area here, because that is their post. They come bolting through this door. They see their king dead. They see Kingsman stood over him and Shafe behind him. And they've used their movement to get in the room, and they're both going to chuck spears at you as they tell you, halt, stay where you are. And they just are going to throw spears at each of you.
I just ask quickly, it's hard for me to tell. What are these blue things?
These things, they are windows.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they've done that. Cool. So, Kingsman, that is going to be a 5 to hit you.
It's a miss. I just dodge it like Matrix.
Yeah, they're clearly panicked and were not prepared for this. The balcony is probably an easy job because no one expects it to ever be used. Schaefer is a dirty 20 to hit you.
That is a hit because I'm not currently equipped with my shield.
Cool. That is going to be 6 points of piercing damage. The spear flies across and just gets you just in like one of the few places you don't have armor. And you take 6 points of piercing damage, but they are now without their spears and they just have shields. And the last thing you will see in that room is Damori Ashbourne will run over here, and those inside the room just hear him say, "Look, I don't know what happened. The king went crazy. You all just need to stay out the way. All right, just stay out the way." And he is getting in the way of the guards. Obviously, not soon enough to do that. Cool. That's the guards. Shape, it is your turn at the end of the round.
Steve would do something completely different at that point and help us escape, but Shafe isn't going to. Shafe's going to do what Shafe wants to do.
Good.
He's going to drag the king's body across the back of the sofa, so the top part of his shoulder is hanging over and the head is lolling backwards. Yeah. I'm going to draw my sword and behead him.
Cool. Make an attack roll. He is unconscious, so it would be with advantage.
Didn't we just stab him in the neck?
I've got the spell on him anyway, so It's with
It's just-
advantage anyway.
It's just putting him out of his misery. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's a 17.
Yeah, I will say, using your action for that, you're able to, with your double-bladed sword. It's a bit awkward because you've got this giant sword you're swinging, but you are able to behead the king in this room.
I will shout over to Mrs. Bemble Bumble, pillowcase.
I mean, it's like, how did you know I was here?
Yeah, you haven't seen her come in the room or heard her.
There is a bed and some pillowcases.
So you
Yeah,
shout
you
at
can
the pen.
say pillowcase out loud if that's what you would like.
I'll
to
go.
say.
I can go and get
In
it.
fact, if I don't know she's there, I wouldn't call to her to throw me one. So I would pick the head up and walk to the bed to get a pillowcase.
Cool, free object
I'm
interaction.
gonna move to there.
Cool. You are next to the bed with the head of the king. It is now the top of the round again, and all of you hear and feel in this castle this. You hear this noise of, woo, 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 and you feel boom as magic comes through this castle and the windows. There is this shimmering light of green that goes up to them. As something is just activated with the king being dead. But it took a little bit of time to activate. Top of the round, Mrs. B, what would you like to do? Shape is stood next to the bed with a king's head.
So,
And the crown. And the crown.
and the crown.
Okay, cool. Very important.
Mrs. B is just gonna. Well, that's one way to do it, certainly.
Yeah.
Sheath dear, could you just bring that head down here for a moment, please? I'm gonna. Because Mrs. B knows that this is a man who has resources and probably quite a lot of clerics. He is beheaded, which does prove a problem. But this is just as a contingency. I'm gonna stab the head with the coated dagger, just to get that in there, just in case. And then I'm going to, I think, pop out from the bed. The windows down here, where did they look out onto?
So that's the entrance.
Okay.
So you're probably about 40 feet up if you jump out those windows. And also you can see the green shimmer that is on them now.
Yeah. So I'll come up to the window, and I would like to, with a little, like, kind of some of the beading that's on her dress, kind of reflect it towards the street to try and activate child thieves.
Do you know what? I didn't know where you were going until you said, and I get my beads out. Cool.
Like, get my beads out.
Whip my beans out. Sure, good.
What is Mrs. B with her beads trying to get the children thieves that are on the outside to do? Really dark when you put it together.
Mrs. B would like her child thieves to start. I want them to start a riot outside to try and, like, if we've got, like, this shimmer, I'm assuming, like, we're kind of in lockdown. I want them to try and start a frontal assault from the general public outside.
You want the children to fight the guards?
I want the children to incite something, just some kind of.
I will work out what it
outside.
is.
Yeah.
Make a charisma check. You are adding 3 to this roll, not your modifier.
So...
The children are pretty charismatic because they're kids and they can do the dough.
Oh, it's a natural 20.
Amazing. What you can still see outside the window. There's just this green shimmer so everything's a little bit green on the outside. You can see your children emerge, and they just start throwing stones at the guards and shouting, "The guards are horribles! They do horrible stuff to us! They touch us inappropriately!" And all the people around them are like, "What the fuck?" And they, without thinking, going, "Why have these kids lied?" And you just start seeing people throwing stones at these 2 guards that are on the outside. Go, "We haven't done anything. I don't even know who they are."
This is
But you see more people because there's like feast going on, and like word travels very fast here, and more adults appear. So like there's 3 or 4 of your kids. They very quickly are able to disappear, so they're not the targets for anything. But there is a little mini riot starting on your turn.
Good.
And did you stab the king's head? Did you say?
I did. Yes.
Cool. Can you make me an attack roll, because Shaith is currently holding the head,
Mm-hmm.
and if you get a nat 1,
yeah,
that is not hitting the king.
It is 16 plus 8.
Cool, that's fine. So you stab your poison dagger into the king's head, and because he's already dead, you instantly see his head shrivel and shrink, so that the crown doesn't fit properly and is lopsided. But he ages as his features become gaunt. Even after death, he ages.
Are you telling me that I now have a shrunken head?
So it's not quite that small. The skin gets pulled into the skull, is what happens. Yes.
So looking forward to wearing that on my belt.
Yes, no, it's still like a head, like a skull size, but everything is drawn in.
I'm not sure about wearing the head of the slain king on your belt in public.
I know you want it as a trophy, but it might be pertinent to leave it, Sheath.
Cool, Mrs. B, is that enough for your turn?
That is plenty for Mrs. Jumble Bumble. That is plenty. She needs a nap.
Cool. Kingsman, what are you doing now as chaos is ensuing, but there is one door that you know is very safe that no one's getting through at the moment.
I kind of want to help the prince. But I don't know what he's doing with the guards.
Kick him in, most likely. Because I did tell you guys that he was on side.
Yeah, you all know that he is.
You guys know that he's with us.
Do you want to make an
That was the reason I
check?
wanted him to come in with us, because you showed me that note. Yeah.
Do you want to make an insight check to try and figure out what he's doing? It'll be a low DC because he's not hiding it. But just see if in the moment you can figure it out.
It's a low 8.
Cool. Yeah, you're not 100% sure. He looks like he's trying to just distract them and almost usher them towards the door they've come out of to clear a path. But you're not sure because he is also shouting at them. So you're not sure. But he's got no weapons. But then you don't have any weapons. So is he, taking a leaf out of your book? You don't know. But it almost looks like he's trying to usher them out of the way. But you're not 100% sure.
I don't know, because we need the guards out of the way before, so we can get out of the room. That's the only issue. I'll go over to the prince and see if he needs help. I'll just ask him if he needs backup in removing the guards.
Yeah, we don't have to kill the guard. We can't just knock them out and keep moving.
Yeah.
You can do non-lethal damage if you want to.
Yeah.
Cool. He will let you know on his turn what he wants to do. When I imagine he will shout at you. Do you want to hold an action or anything? Do you want to ready an action in case he gives you a particular instruction or anything?
Yeah, just in case he changes his mind. But if not, that's my double move to get there anyway. But I will attempt to knock this guard unconscious.
If he gives you an instruction or anything. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll allow that for that. So Kingsman, that's the end of your turn. Neshka, you have your Wall of Thorns up. Very expertly done. That's a very good spell you've been able to use again. What would you like to do on this turn?
I will just move down here to make sure I can see what everyone else is doing.
Oh, sorry, I moved you back to there. My bad.
Oh, that's fine.
Didn't I could?
Sorry?
No, I was just saying I didn't know I could do that. Sorry.
Oh, okay. And I'll just I'm just going to let everybody know that if they get closer to me, I can cast Pass Without Trace to get us out of here.
Cool. It's that 30 feet range, isn't it, for Pass Without Trace? Yeah. Cool. Are you readying that, holding it to cast? If
I
a bit
will.
close
I
to
will hold
you.
that action. Yeah.
Okay, so you start casting the spell, Pass Without Trace. If that's a charge from your staff, then you can use a charge for that. But you use whatever spell slot or charge it is as you ready it.
So it says I can cast it at will with the staff.
Okay, cool. So yes, so that's fine. You don't have to worry about that. But you're readied. Chad on the outside. 3 people have booked it. Carini, the Aarakocra, is coming towards you and is very confused by your presence in this location. What would you like to do?
Guys, I told you there's a bunch of explosions going on downstairs. Are we just like hanging out here? What's going on?
Make a persuasion check, because it's not deception, because we're just saying is somewhat accurate.
Yeah. Oh, that was nearly a 20. A 2.
A
In fact,
2?
It's worse than a 2. It's worse than a 2. It's a nat 1.
Oh no!
Yep.
Cool. I did roll his insight. He didn't do very well for his insight, but he did beat.
Oh, you did worse than that 1? Excellent. Great. Let's keep moving.
Cool. Yeah, he just looks you up and down, and he will react. Do you want to do anything else? I'll let you try and persuade him free.
Yeah. So it's mainly because he seems to be. Is he in charge of these guards? The guards haven't moved.
He is the chief high guard. He is in charge of all.
Oh, he's like the guy. That's okay. I'm gonna. Can I persuade again or?
No, so like you have tried to persuade him, and you'll find out whether that's worked shortly, in game.
That's fine. I'm gonna punch this guy in the face.
You could have punched Carini in the face.
Yeah, just a stunning strike to the face.
A stunning strike. A roll to hit. I'm going to bring us a stat block.
You go downstairs. Forget it. Just punch this dude. There we go. That's a 22. What are these rolls before?
Yeah, 22 will hit.
Sweet.
What save does he have to make for the stunning strike? Is there a save for it?
I don't think you do save him stunning strike, do you? No, it's a con save, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go. Con save 13.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, he gets +5 to this.
God damn.
He's got very good constitution. And roll a 14 on the dice. He gets a 19 altogether. As you try and hit him and you hit him through the plate armor, so you can roll damage.
Yeah.
But actually, he doesn't stop. Oh, ow! But he is still going and not stopped.
Cool. That's 9 damage. I'm like, are you mad, man? There are people downstairs who are in danger. I'm trying to make it out like I'm a excited guest. I'm not like an assassin.
Yeah, cool. If you could just move yourself closer to Carini on the map, just so you're close to him.
Yes, please.
Cool. Is that the end of your turn?
I can hit him more.
You can hit him more if you want.
I get a bunch. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing it like I'm slapping him. I don't want to look like I'm immediately hostile, but I do want to try, and that's more like it. That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, 25 hits.
That's a 5.
Cool. Yeah, 5 points of damage.
Cool. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to waste a thing on him. He hasn't reacted to it yet, so.
Yeah, he does not look like he's really noticing your hits. He's clearly wearing plate armor.
God
like
damn.
he's very well protected. And he's a chief high guard. Like he looks quite sturdy.
Yeah, for sure. So that's me just going like, do you not understand the gravity of the situation?
And now on his turn, he is going to react to you and go, well, yes, actually, I do. It would appear the king is in danger and we're being stopped from going in the room. And then he's going to punch you in the face.
I'm going to go, oh, the king's what? Because I don't know what's going
on. And that is going to be a 23 to hit.
Disadvantage.
Oh, yes, I keep forgetting about that. That one on the disadvantage as he absolutely whiffs it and spins around and then faces you again, and then he's going to try and grapple you.
I don't think even whiffs it. I think Bart just like is built to dodge things. He's just like, no, I'm serious.
He telegraphs it like he is not hiding this punch. He just is a very straight punch.
Yeah.
Cool. He is going to try and grapple you. So if you make acrobatics or an athletics check.
Oh, you know I can.
I do know you can.
No, I. That's a 9. That's a 9.
Cool, he got a 23.
Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Sure.
As he goes, all right, I missed, and then grabs you. So you were grappled. Your speed is 0.
Mm-hmm.
But the other 2 guards are still trying to open the door. They are very focused on getting in that room. I'll do what Domori does first, Kingsman, so you know how to react. Domori, the dwarf prince, I'm trying to help you get out. Either hit him or fuck off. So if you want, you can take an attack action against the guard.
There is no waiting. It is just a simple attack. I've got to find my capture gone. My mouse has gone all wonky. Hold on. It's a 17.
Let me double check. Where are they?
I'm just going with a straightforward unarmed strike.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just trying to find out. Oh, there they are. Cool. 17 does not hit. As they have got, you see, they've got plate armor and they are holding a shield.
Second attack.
Yeah, you can make another attack.
That's an 18 plus 6.
18, 24. Yep, that will hit.
Cool. That's 1d4. 2.
Cool. Yeah, it doesn't look very badly hurt by that punch, as is wearing. It's got like a helmet on and everything, but it's wearing this really good plate armor and a shield. Just punches in the face.
You get to add your strength modifier to improvise weapons, though, don't you?
What, for damage as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. It's still what is that? Plus 4 or 5?
5 in total.
Yeah. Still looks very relatively unharmed. Yeah. Domori, on the other hand, takes a different approach and grapples the guard in front of him, grabs hold of him, and basically almost picks him up off the ground and pushes him through the door that is there, and moves out, not out of your sight because the door is open, but outside of some of the others. None of the guard are arriving yet. Shay, forgot you got a 2. I keep forgetting that you got a 2. Shay, you are up next. What would you like to do at the
so Neska's told us to gather round so she can do some magic. So I will calmly pick up a pillow, take the pillowcase, put the head in pillowcase, and then get my arms and armor ready for us to move on.
Okay, cool.
So so pillowcase, head in the pillowcase, shield on, sword, and I just wait for her to cast a spell before we make our escape.
Well, you hope so. Cool. End of the round, top of the round again. Nothing changes here magical wise. Like the barrier that is very evidently on the castle doesn't change. There are no more guards to arrive because they're currently dealing with a riot on the outside of the castle. I'll tell you what, Neshka, roll me a d20 just to see if something happens.
7.
Cool, no worries. You don't see anything change. The barrier stays in place, but you do get the impression they've had to lower it at the front. Mrs. B, you can see it from where you are. They've had to lower the barrier to let guards out to deal with this riot that is starting. That's picking up pace. There's a lot of unhappy people here. Cool, and that is your turn, Mrs. B. What would you like to do?
I seeing that Sheath is putting his head in a pillowcase, clearly intending to take it with us. Sheath, you've done what you came to do. We cannot take that with us. It is hard evidence. Leave the head. And then I'm gonna, because, screw it. We've come this far. I'm gonna shoot an arrow at the guard Kingsman's currently in battle with, because it's time to go. Yeah. And I'm gonna be using my lovely special custom made short bow. It is set to fire damage. And I'm just gonna pop off a little. It's a natural 1 for a 10.
Oh. Misses.
Yeah, I'm so Sheath, drop it, Sheath.
And Kingsman, what you see is this arrow goes past you, and as it does, it ignites into flames, and then boom, hits the far wall. I'm not cruel enough to make that hit him. But actually, what you see is it goes past you, and from where you are, goes through the painting at the far end of the room, and just disappears through to the other side. There's what you see, Kingsman.
And then on bonus action, as a bonus action, I'm gonna dash my way just around to check what the Hot Prince is doing.
He's just grappling this guy. He's clearly just holding him in place.
Cool. That's my turn.
Cool, no worries. Kingsman, it is your turn. What are you doing?
I'm going to physically try to pick up this guard again, just grapple him and physically throw him out the door. After
Cool.
Mrs. Bumble and the prince.
Make an athletics check. That's cocked, which is lovely because it's cocked on a nat 20.
That is a 14.
Cool, we got a 9. Was not got a shield, not expect you to grab hold of him. That's not normally how they fight. Where are you moving him?
I'm going to pick him up and throw, get him to the door. When I get into the door, I'm just going to throw him out.
Cool, make a strength check. I'll say this is your second attack. Make us, strength check, just flat strength.
This is good. This is 23.
Yeah, you throw him over Mrs. B's head.
Ooh.
You're just looking outside, Mrs. B, and you see Dormori with this guard, and suddenly this other guard just flies, going, ah!
Good shot. Good
It
shot.
crashes on the ground. We'll say a D6 if you want to cause some damage, Kingsman.
That's a 4 points of damage.
Cool, no worries. Looking a bit more hurt, but still, again, it's like turtling on the ground, like they're not used to being laid down. Cool. Are you staying where you are? You'd have to use
That's it.
double movement to get to where you are. It's fine. Neska is back round to you. No one other than Shane has listened to your "Get Closer to Me." What would you like to do?
I guess I'm just gonna have to move closer to everybody. So, see.
It's funny. We move further away. So I think, let's see.
If you went there, that'd probably get them, wouldn't it?
What's that?
Yeah. If you were about here, I'd say you'd be able to get everyone. You'd be able to see everyone and get everyone in your pass without trace. Other than poor Far, who is outside being grappled. None of you know where Far is.
Okay, I will go ahead and cast Pass Without Trace.
Cool, and just remind everyone what Pass Without Trace does when they do their checks, if they do them.
So, let me just bring it up here. You get a +10 bonus to stealth checks, and you can't be tracked except by magic. You leave behind no tracks or other traces of your passage.
Very good.
Very good spell. Cool. So you will have Pass Without Trace, except for Far. Any bonus action on your turn, Neshka?
That is it.
Cool. Chad Far, make me a perception check from where you are before you decide what you're going to do on your turn.
17.
Cool. You start to hear footsteps, clanking footsteps coming up the stairs at the very bottom, but you think that probably not long before whatever it is gets to the top.
Okay. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn. You are grappled by Karini. This Aarakocra's got hold of you and wrapped his wings around you to try and hold you in place.
Okay. These other two guards aren't really making any moves, though, it seems.
You get the impression their job is to get through that door and get to the king when he calls for assistance, and they are just doing what they're trained to do and not thinking in the moment. Because what they should be doing is trying to get you, because you're very suspicious.
I mean, like, there's explosions going on. I'm just saying, like, whoa, I'm a scared guest. What's going on? But sure, I did slap the guard. That's fair. Cool. How do I get out of this grapple with this guy?
So you can make an acrobatics or athletics check, which will be contested by him trying to keep hold of you if you would like to get out of it.
Sweet as.
Okay, you got a nat 20.
Ooh.
Okay, well, that doesn't beat my 7. Well, wait, that does beat my 17, but acrobatics, 17.
He would have a 25 in total.
Oh, so do I. But he got a nat,
cool.
so I guess that beats it?
No. So nat 20s for skill checks aren't a thing. I'm normally kinder to them, but not when it's my NPCs, because that's very cruel. The DC was 25. You've met the DC, meets it, beats it. He like grapples you really hard, and you feel his wings tense as these feathers come around you, but you're able just to wiggle down.
I want to.
You can't look cool doing it, but you can get out of it.
Well, the thing is, I can stand straight with anything, so I'm just gonna headbutt him as I try and get out of this. See if I can stand him again. Like, he's got me on my arm. Like, get this, and just like slam my head into this dude's beak.
Yeah. Roll to hit.
Oh shit! Hang on, sorry. Oh, 1 second. That is. Ooh. No one see me counting my fingers. 23.
23.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. That hits. I'll use a different dice because that one's been quite good.
If it hits. What was the con save?
Nat 1.
Nat 1, right. I was like, forget this, and just leans back, slams his head into this dude, right to his beak with a stunning strike. And then
you get him just at the right point on the beak, and he goes, oh, shit.
I'm going to kick him over the staircase.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna, because I've got 4 attacks, so yeah.
So you continue to attack the chief high guard of Square, who is just trying to apprehend someone. That's fine. What?
You know what?
So you trying to push him? You
no,
can
wait,
shove
this situation's too serious. I gotta get out of here. So headbutt him, stunning strike, run around to the others, step of the wind. I've already used the bonus action. So yeah. I would love pushing downstairs, but I feel like there's more at stake right now than pushing through downstairs.
Yeah, cool. I'm happy that Far would realise that.
Yeah. So I'm going to then make a movement for the door. I can't dash. I can't step with the wind to use my bonus action. So I'll just move away. 5, 10.
He's stunned, so yeah, he can't do anything. He's stunned.
Cool. Yeah. I hit him, and I there you go. And I make a run for it. Get around
cool. And how long does Stunning Strike last for?
It lasts for... Excellent question that I didn't read. One keep on stun to the end of your next turn.
Oh, so cool. Because it's his turn now, basically. So he was going to chase after you.
Peace.
And he is still like he's hugging you, like he is stuck in that position.
Yeah, just literally head by him, slunk down out of his arms, and then did a runner
coming from his beak.
That's your problem, buddy. That's what you get for grabbing me.
Cool. So he is stunned. The 2 guards are still trying to get in that door, but it literally will not open. We'll just double check with you, Neshka. Wall of Thorns, is that a concentration spell?
Good question. Let me check.
And your staff doesn't let you bypass concentration, I don't think, does it?
I don't think it does. Yes, Wall of Thorns is a concentration spell.
Cool. So as you cast Pass Without Trace, the Wall of Thorns drops. And these guards that have been really trying to pull at this door and trying to resist it and trying to get it open, it's been resisting. It suddenly bursts open and they fall in. None of you see what happens because of where you are. That's fine. Those guards don't appear any further. You do hear the door open, they stumble in, but none of you can see exactly what happens. Cool, those guards are busy. Mora keeps a hold of them, that's good. And the other one still can't get up because he's still turtling, where he's just on his back with his shield. It's not quite time for those other guards to arrive yet. Shaith, end of the round, what would you like to do?
So, did I see the arrow go through the painting? Did I see Mrs. Bemble bump? No, didn't see Mrs. Bemble coming in through the painting. Am I aware the painting is a door?
Yeah, you would have seen the ripple as the arrow disappeared through it. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable from where you're facing and where you were.
Right. So I'm going to use my action to move, and my move action to move 60.
Because you're just dashing all the way through.
Yeah. So I'm going to go over the bed. So is that 5, 10? Oh, I'll just measure it. That'd be easy, wouldn't it?
Oh, do I make you do an athletics check? No, I won't, because that would be mean. You stumble over the bed, having killed the king. Cool, you can get over, you can get out. And on the outside, what you will see or you will hear is footsteps, but soft footsteps coming from this direction down the left of the corridor. Any bonus action on your turn?
No.
No. Okay.
What's lay on hands actually?
That's an action.
So no.
Yeah,
No.
it's an action to do.
No bonus action.
Okay, cool. So top of the round again. Kingsman, can you roll me a d20, please?
It's a flat 17.
Cool. So you all feel the magical barrier around the castle falter, and you just hear this as you see the green shimmer on the windows disappears. You don't know if it's temporary or if it's permanent, but for the time being, whatever was put up is down for a brief period, potentially. Mrs. B, it's your turn.
Would I seen Shafe make a run for the...
You would have heard him.
Was he
Like a
still
bull in a
holding the
china shop.
pillowcase? Was he still holding the pillowcase?
You don't know, you'd have to go and find out. He hasn't said he's put it down off the table.
He hasn't, no. Do you know what? Mrs. B's like,
Why do you
know
think
what?
I'm running that way and not after you?
Yeah, so, do you know what? That young man can do as he please. I wash my hands of the whole sordid business, and I just want to pop an arrow in this turtling guard on the floor.
Oh, disadvantage to you, bro. Poor God.
So, 24 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
10 points of piercing damage. And then... sorry, it's been a very long time since I've used this. And then a d8 of fire. It's going to be 7 points of fire damage. And do I get my sneak attack on him as well?
You don't, because you rolled at disadvantage. But don't worry.
No
You
worries.
set this guard on fire, and he is dead. As you just hear him screaming.
Oh boy.
Mrs. B is just like holding this like short bow, like cocked and turned to Kingsman. Let's get the fuck out of here. And I'm gonna bonus action at the end of the room. Is that a door or is it blocked? At the
This
far
bit
end?
here.
Yeah.
So you're on like a balcony, so you can actually
Okay.
see over the edge. Well, actually, you can't, but everyone else can see over the edge that it is a balcony.
Okay.
That's a door there.
Cool. I'm gonna dash to the door. I gotta check how much I got. So 5.
Yeah, so you can get to the door.
Yeah, I can get to the door. Yeah, I'm gonna dash to the door.
Cool. Amazing. So you've got to that door. Kingsman.
I will go. So, I hear you, Mrs. B. Let's go. And I will dash. And I'm going to assume that door will not withstand my shoulder. And I will shoulder barge through the door.
Yeah, as you do, you realise it's unlocked because those other guards have obviously come through there and you just go straight through it.
Yep.
Yep, and you enter and you come into this space that is clearly a tower. There are stairs that go up and there are stairs that go down. In fact, there's a ladder that goes up here. And there's like weapon racks and there's a chest. But there are stone stairs that lead down and there is a ladder that goes up.
Mrs. B, up or down?
Ooh. Let me check a note.
Cool. And we'll come back to that in your turn, Mrs. B, as to what you
Yeah.
tell Kingsman. Cool. Anything else, Kingsman? You action, you ask the question, anything else?
No, that's fine.
Cool. Neshka,
wait for Mrs. B. Stay with Mrs. B.
Yeah. Neshka, it is your turn. Shape has disappeared. Kingsman has disappeared. Mrs. B has disappeared. You are in this room on your own, as far as you're aware. What would you like to do?
I will dash to follow Mrs. Bumble and Kingsman. So I think that'll take me about here.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Cool. You can catch them up. Cool. It's a shape
That'll
of
be
the
my
zone.
action.
Okay. Any bonus action?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. Far, what would you like to do? You have no idea where everyone else is.
I've got no idea what's going on. All I know is that there's a bunch of stuff going on and guards are coming. So I'll use a full dash, get around the corner where I see Shafe. I just go,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
What you also see is an Earth Genasi down here, a member of staff.
One of the staff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout to them as well. Get downstairs. There's been some explosions.
Cool. You have to roll for that.
Wait a minute. Is this one of the guys that doesn't like the king?
It would have been one of the Earth Genasi that you would hear talking about the king quite badly when you were invisible.
All right. I'm just gonna in that case say, you need to leave now. I recommend it.
Yep. End of your turn.
Yeah. What does Shafe say back to me first? Because just
You don't find out. You will have to wait for Shafe's turn.
No problem. Do I see Shafe holding a pillowcase?
I
don't know about it, but do I see it?
It's this dark green pillowcase, so it's a
Cool.
bit weird, but you can see there is something inside of it, and like a bit of the crown is just poked a hole in the bed sheet.
And I assume blood as well, like staying in his pillowcase.
But
Because
you know, it's dark
no.
green. It wouldn't show.
But there is, so you can see
never
no
bled?
pool of any liquid, because of the thing that Mrs. Bimblebobble
Oh,
did. There
okay,
is
the
no blood
congealing, okay.
inside this.
if I see the crown at the very least, I'm like, dude, leave that behind.
You see a bit of metal. Cool. So, end of your turn. This Earth Genasi looks at you and fucking books it.
Good.
They use their own step of the wind and their action to dash away from you twice.
Yeah, good.
They are not silly. They're gone. That guard's dead, so I can get rid of him. Damori will keep grappling that one if he can. He can, so that's fine. You don't notice these two arrive up here. You don't notice that. Yeah, gets around there. Cool. That is the end of everyone else's turn. You can definitely all hear more footsteps and stomping and clattering of feet around you as more guards are heading upstairs.
Oh boy.
Kingsman, you hear them coming from down below where you are. In the tower, you hear the echo in this area of steps at the bottom. Of footsteps
The
at the
only way is
bottom.
up.
Which you can't say yet. Shape, it is your turn. Far has appeared in front of you and warned you about the pillowcase, it seems.
Right. So, what did you say, Far?
I said, leave that behind. Like the crown's poking out of it, so like it's all evidence. I don't know the head in there, but I see the crown. Leave it.
You would be able to figure out.
You and Mrs. Bimblebumble said exactly the same thing. You know,
Yeah,
I never
well, she's
intended
right
to walk
sometimes.
away from this. Escape. Allow me to send the guards my way. I'll act as a distraction. And with that, I'll take off a run down south. I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm just going to lead everyone a merry dance with the king's head, hoping that they're going to come after me and not the rest of the party.
Can I tell him before he goes in that if he wants to do that, the guards are the way I just came?
No, you can't.
Okay, fair enough.
So, again, I'll just move 60. Okay?
So he's just running at the staff.
Just see him running around. Not know where he's going.
Yeah, just as long as he doesn't hurt the staff, I guess.
We'll have to wait and see. Cool. Shape, that's your action. Any bonus action or anything else on your turn? Okay, so that is now the top of the round. The magical barrier stays down. Whatever's going on outside, Mrs. B has caused some issues. What would you like to do on your turn, Mrs. B?
Come into the room. I think Mrs. B's going to want to go up. So she's going to start kind of, before she starts climbing the ladder, however, she's going to take out her python and rope and kind of like clip them onto her belt a little bit so they're ready, just in case, and then start climbing the ladder.
Cool, and it'll cost you about 15 feet of movement to get up this ladder here in this tower, as this bit of the roof is slightly sunken. And as you get up and through the hatch at the top, you see that you're on the top of a tower. You can see over the edge of the building. You can see that behind you is like the roof area. It's just like a flat roof to this castle. But there is, over the side, there are trees. You know, you won't have to other guys this and jump into some bushes that don't exist. You can actually land in some trees if you want to, and you have your rope.
Yeah, I will try and Tarzan it into the trees.
Cool, make an acrobatics check.
Cool. Oh, I hope my hip falls out. Not falls out, but holds up. I am very tired. 21.
Yeah, you're able to, as you go off, just hook your python onto the wall, and you jump off and down into the trees. And there's lots of distractions going on around you, so no one else can see what you do. Kingsman, are you doing anything?
Yep, I'm gonna grab the ladder and I'll call out to Neshka, we're going up. And I will hit the ladder, shoom, and I'll join Mrs. B on top.
Cool. Yep, you can head up, and you will see the same. You're on top of a tower. You can see Mrs. B's rope, little python that is hooked onto the side, and she's clearly gone off the edge.
Yeah, I'll race straight over to it.
Are you going off?
Go over. Yeah.
Athletics check to get off. Because it's falling, I won't count it as movement.
18 plus 6.
Yeah, you're fine. Just like dive off, grab the rope one hand and slide down, burn your hand, but absolutely fine, getting towards the end. Cool. Mrs. B and Kingsman are out. Neshka, you're up next. You've just seen Kingsman and Mrs. B disappear up this ladder. What would you like to do?
If I hold my action, can I hold my movement also?
You can't. You can only hold an action. You can't hold movement.
Okay. I won't move this round. I will hold my action and wait and see if Far is going to catch up, so that I can pass. So that I can cast Pass Without Trace on Far as well.
Okay.
Don't worry about me, because I'm. This is all going so sideways so fast. Oh yeah, fair enough.
She doesn't know that.
Yeah,
cool, Neshka, you stay where you are. I will tell you, you can hear the footsteps at the bottom of this tower coming up these stone stairs. So you would know that you might not have time to wait for Far.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool, that's fine. No worries. Chad Far, it is now your turn. You have seen Shafe ignore your words, run possibly in the direction you were going, with the king's head still tied to his waist, saying that he's going to distract everyone.
Cool. I don't follow Shape. I know this is a door, so I'm going to dip into the door. Well, I run into this elf, I guess.
You do. You see a wood elf dressed in the staff's clothing, surprised to see you, as they wipe a scimitar across their white shirt with blood on it, clearly having been very busy, and look at you. Friends went that way, but you're not all going to get out of here, you know. That's not his plan, so good luck. And we'll let you move, and that is where we're going to end tonight, with some of you out and some of you still in.
Yeah.
As you have made some crazy fucking choices tonight, everyone.
Yeah.
Very
I make a run for the door.
But yeah, thank you so much. That was
God damn.
the most chaotic that has ever gone for me.
Yeah,
that was hilarious. But thank you, anyone that's watching this on YouTube. Thank you very much. Thank you to the players. Dave, is there anything else you want to say on the outro?
No, all good. Band of Badgers, go find YouTube. Like us, subscribe.
Cool. Always like and subscribe. No worries. Thanks very much. We will end the recording there. We will all have a conversation in a minute.
See you on the other side.
all right.
Get loud.